Good afternoon, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over again. This is a live watch along. The only game that's actually survived this weekend. It is Leeds against Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal looking to get the 3 points that will guarantee us a place in the top four at Christmas. It's coming up the other side of this. So the live watch along today, the only game in the Premier League, Leeds against Arsenal. It's a big game. Leeds have got a few injury problems actually, which we will come on to very, very shortly. In terms of the Arsenal team, it's actually the same team that started the last two games. So there's no changes again for Arsenal. Arteta sticking with what he's used to, what he knows best and what's been working. So these are your team lineups for today. I'll just stick them on the screen for you. So the Arsenal lineup then, as I said, you've got Ramsdale in goal, the back four, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel and Tierney. In midfield, it's Partey and Xhaka. The wide players are Saka and Martinelli, with Ødegaard playing just behind captain Alexander Lacazette. So that's how we line up then, exactly the same team that started, I say, the last two games. In terms of Leeds, then they do have a few injuries. This is how they're lining up then. It's Meslier in goal. Their back four is Dramech, Ayling, Koch and Dallas. They've got two sitting in midfield, Klitsch and Forshaw. Then the three just behind the front are Rafinha, Roberts and Harrison. And then it's the young Joe Gelhardt up front. Of course, he did score against Chelsea, didn't he, last week? So Leeds on the bench, actually, they've got a load of teenagers, their injury problems. Fair play to Leeds. They could easily have tried to get this game postponed and said it was COVID like everybody else has done. And it's good that they haven't done that, that they've decided that, they want to get the game played, and fair play to them for that. You've got to give them a lot of credit for that, actually, Leeds. But it's a good opportunity, isn't it, for Arsenal now to really push on and get the result that we need, of course, from this game. A win, that would be so important. Rajendra says they're ready for your online watch. Well, thanks for tuning in, mate. Hopefully it's a good game. Play the theme. I will play the theme if we score a goal, as usual. And Empress, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in again. Says good evening, Richie. Good evening, guys. Thanks for your support as always. Looking forward to the game. The only game actually today that's being played, isn't it? Which is a strange situation to be in, I guess, with everything that's going on currently in the country, with the virus and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I say fair play to Leeds for not getting the game called off, because I think it would have been easy for them to have got away with it, to be fair. Every other game's off today. There's still a couple due to be played tomorrow, 3 I think tomorrow. At the moment they're still going ahead, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. So yeah, Leeds have got a few injury problems, as I said. They have got a reasonably experienced starting 11, as I just went through there. I don't know too much about the Dramach, who's going to be playing at right back today. I don't know too much about him. And obviously young Joe Gelhardt up front, who made a big impression, hasn't he? He scored that great goal against Chelsea. And of course, he did have a big influence in some earlier games as well, coming off the bench. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good to see how Leeds get on actually in this game. I'm gutted I can't be there actually. I've been trying for 2 weeks to try and get a ticket. I thought there'd be a load of tickets available, with people not travelling because of COVID and stuff like that. But in the end, by the time I found out there were a few tickets available, I didn't have enough time to get to the game. So maybe should have organised myself a bit better. But anyway, what it does mean is I can bring you this watch along instead, which I wouldn't be able to do obviously if I was at the game standing in the freezing cold. So it's got its benefits as well. But I'm quite gutted actually, because this is the first Arsenal Leeds game away at Leeds that there's been crowd allowed in that I've missed for quite a long time actually, going back quite a long time. It's always one of the best away games I like going to, so I'm a bit gutted about that. Phil's in the chat says, listening from work. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Merry Christmas as well to you and the family. And Shane as well says, hi Richard, as in the chat, Rich, you busy lately? Games coming fast, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, there has been a lot of games recently, obviously with the women as well. I'll be covering that game tomorrow against Brighton. That's the last women's game this year. Hopefully that goes ahead. There's been a few cancellations in the WSL as well for this weekend, so it's hitting everything. Maybe the sensible decision may have been to have just cancelled the games, for the next couple of weeks over Christmas and stuff. But I guess there's a tight fixture list, as we know, and it's getting the games fitted in, isn't it? Afterwards, I suppose that's the problem. You can understand why they maybe haven't done that, but equally, maybe they should have done. But anyway, they haven't. and this game's going ahead, and the other games planned for Boxing Day and stuff like that are meant to be going ahead as well. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's a strange times at the moment, isn't it? Uncertain times as well. But the good news is this game is going ahead at Ellen Road. Leeds against Arsenal. It should be a good game, and it's a good opportunity for Arsenal, isn't it, to build on the last two performances, Southampton at home and West Ham at home. Really good performances they were. Two good victories, two more clean sheets as well. So really good stuff from Arsenal at the moment at home. But of course, away from home, we've been struggling. Only 2 wins on our travels all season. They were, of course, at Burnley and Leicester. 2 pretty good performances, but overall our away form's been poor. We've lost our last 3, of course, at Liverpool, at Manchester United and at Everton. And we did lead in the last 2 as well and couldn't hold on to the victory. So it's a big game tonight for Arsenal to go. We need to put in a performance away from home, don't we? And show that if we can get our away form to match our home form, then we're going to be on the right track, aren't we, to finish in the top 4, certainly. Because our home form, I think, is the best in the league, actually. I think we've got the most points at home out of anybody this season. So, we need to transfer that to our away games, maybe be a little bit more on the front foot. Sometimes I think away from home, we're a little bit too, we sit back too much, don't we? And we allow the team to come onto us. We know how Leeds play. They've got a few different players in the team. Although having said that, most of their starting 11 has played pretty regularly this season, haven't they? So it's not like it's an inexperienced starting 11. If they get 1 or 2 injuries, they're going to be in trouble, because they've got a load of kids on the bench. It doesn't mean they're not good players. I'm sure they are, but that would certainly give us an advantage. Our bench is certainly a lot stronger. I just ran through our bench, actually, because I did miss it out before. We've got Leno, obviously. We've got Holding, Cedric, Chambers and Tavares as defenders on the bench. We've got El Neni and Smith Rowe as midfielders on the bench, and Pepe and Nketiah are also on the bench. The lead substitutes, I haven't really heard of too many of these guys, I've got to be honest. They've got a goalkeeper, Clausen, who's Norwegian, apparently. They've got McCarram, Moore, Greenwood, Bate, Somerville, Kenner, Jenkins and Gray, all young lads on the bench for them. They've got some high squad numbers as well, 63s and 54s and all kinds of stuff. So, it's a scratch Leeds United bench, certainly. Shane is in the chat there. I'll just get his comment up there. He says, Spurs have a few games cancelled. If they sign players in January, can they play in rescheduled dates? Well, I'm assuming they can, because they would have been, they'll be eligible for the game, won't they, when it's played? So, yeah, I don't think that makes any difference, does it? Tottenham, to be fair, their game this weekend is going ahead, isn't it? And the one the other night was not them that called it off. It was their opponents, wasn't it? It's just unfortunate for them, maybe, that they've had a few called off before that. But it seems a crazy situation when so many games have been called off that the league haven't decided to say, you know what, let's just call them all off for a week or 2 and come back maybe the weekend after Christmas or something, I don't know, or New Year's Day maybe, and then try and reschedule these games. Yeah, it's a tight schedule, we know that, but maybe if they stop international breaks, maybe we might be able to get the games fitted in. But yeah, it does seem strange that they haven't maybe stepped in the Premier League what they did before, even if it's just for a couple of weeks. And I know there's a lot of money involved, but games are getting called off anyway. And it does seem as though it's slightly unfair on some teams and other teams. Some teams are playing and other teams obviously are in games constantly called off. Spurs haven't played, have they, for ages? And they're going to have a lot of games to squeeze in, and that might benefit us later in the season when they've got a fixture congestion. But even so, I still think that for fairness, what they should have done was they should have just had a blanket cancellation of all games over this weekend and maybe Boxing Day, and then come back after that maybe. But anyway, we can't do anything about that. This game's going ahead, and that's the main thing. And it's important that we go on and get the 3 points now, because if we, this is an opportunity for us to gain a little bit of ground on the teams below us that aren't playing this weekend, and we need to make sure that we do that. And Nigel says there, it seems like the season is due to be halted due to prevailing circumstances. Yeah, it maybe should be, as I just said. Should the vaccine be mandated in football in the same way for the general public? Well, I don't think it should be mandated anyway, if I'm totally honest. I think it should be a personal choice. And it isn't stopping people getting the illness anyway, is it? Because the cases are higher than they've ever been. If it was stopping people getting it, then I would say maybe that could be worth considering, but it's not. And I just think that everybody should be allowed to choose if they wish to have it or not. Those people that are most vulnerable have got the option to have it, and that's great. Everybody else should be free to make a decision of their own. And, you say that obviously the footballers are testing positive, which is why the games are being called off. But ultimately, many of these footballers have been vaccinated and they're still testing positive and still getting games called off. So that's not the answer for me. you know, what the answer is, I don't know. Viruses are just what they are. I don't know whether or not we're taking it a little bit too seriously. You know, people that test positive might not have any symptoms. If they're fit, they should be fit to play. The ones that have obviously got symptoms or not well, fair enough, they shouldn't play. But maybe we need to look at something like that. You know, there must be a better way of sorting it out. I'm not really sure if this is actually the best way forward with it. Otherwise, we'll be in this situation forever, won't we? Because people are going to constantly get the virus, people are going to constantly test positive, and we're going to be in a cycle of this forever. And I think at some point we need to say, look, you know, this is it. And people can just crack on. And, you know, if you're ill, you're ill. It happens. People are ill. They're not available to play. And you pick from your squad and whatever it is. And I don't know, you know, I'll be interested to know how many of these footballers that have tested positive to enable games to be cancelled that are actually ill with symptoms. I'd like to know what their numbers are in the difference between ones that have just tested positive with no symptoms and maybe could have physically played. So that's something I think that needs to be maybe looked at. I'm not sure, but I do think something maybe on that side of it as well, because otherwise this could go on forever, couldn't it? I suppose, you know, every winter certainly it's going to be a similar issues probably, because there's always viruses that go around in the winter, isn't there? Respiratory illnesses and people in hospital and people getting ill, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be any way that we're going to prevent that from happening. And I don't know. It's frustrating, isn't it, when it comes to sport being called off? But you know, it's never really happened before. Even last year, when there were no vaccines, they managed to keep the games played, didn't they, all the way through the winter? And you know, we were locked down. There were no fans in the stadiums, but the game still got played, didn't they? So it's something different this year, isn't it? It's kind of a little bit worrying actually, because last year we didn't have this problem. You know, the games went ahead. Players wasn't testing positive, and they are now, and most of them have been vaccinated, or so they're saying. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. I'm not sure what's happening. But anyway, I guess we'll never know. We're just going to have to deal with the situation as it is. And I suppose at the moment, the situation is, you know, this is it, and we're going to have to deal with it. And whether or not games get shut down completely, or whether they try and keep them all going, we'll have to see. But certainly we can't do too many more kind of game days with so many games cancelled, because we're never going to catch up, are we? But Jen just says the vaccine prevents the illness from making the symptoms worse. And so you can pull away from it just like a cold. Yeah, but having said that, before the vaccine came in last year, we were told that most people didn't get severe symptoms anyway. It was only the really old and the vulnerable that did. So I'm not really sure that the vaccine is doing that. But anyway, that's a matter for debate. Nigel says, I reckon most people would rather avoid another lockdown. No, without a shadow of a doubt, of course, 100%. If I'm being honest, I don't think the general public would readily accept it. No, I don't think they would. I mean, obviously, for me, the way to get out of a lockdown is to basically don't stop getting tested if there's nothing wrong with you, because that's just adding to the problem, isn't it? Adding to cases and stuff like that. Anyway, that's another topic for maybe another time. But the game's just about to kick off at Ellen Road. Leeds in all white, Arsenal in this blue kit that I'm wearing. I like this kit, actually, the third kit. Arsenal going to be attacking the goal to our left in the first half. The players are just taking a knee now. And we are just about to get underway. So the only game today being played in the Premier League. Let's hope we can put in a good performance against an injury hit, shall we say, Leeds United side. But they are unbeaten in their last 5 at home. But of course, they did lose 7-0 away at Manchester City in the week. So their away problems, maybe, you know, their away form is probably a bit similar to ours at the minute. We can't seem to pick up too many points away from home, which is a bit worrying. I think we've only got 7 points away from home all season, haven't we? 2 wins and a draw, and we've lost all the others. So not really good enough from Arsenal away from home. So tonight's a big night for Arsenal, a big test. We're starting pretty well there, but actually we've just lost the ball over on that far side. Leeds coming forward early in this game, inside the penalty area. Chance for Leeds, the cross is blocked. He's gone out for a corner. It was Dallas there with a run forward. He likes to get forward, doesn't he? Dallas, really good player. Stuart Dallas, of course, the Irishman. Got forward there, down at that far side for Leeds. Leeds left. It was Bukayo Saka actually who was caught out there. Dallas just charged forward, got into the penalty area. He had options in the box as well. Tried to get the ball across, but it was good defending actually from Ben White. But it is a corner to Leeds over on that far side. The first corner of the game is flicked on at the near post over the top. It was Rafinha with the header, and Leeds, Luke Haley, of course, former Arsenal player, is complaining to the referees, captain for Leeds actually tonight in the absence of Cooper, Liam Cooper, their usual captain. He's not playing, so Luke Haley just ran into a combination of Lacazette and Ødegaard at that corner inside the penalty area, complaining it should be a penalty. I don't think it should have been a penalty actually, but anyway, it isn't. It's a goal kick to Arsenal. That header went over the bar from Rafinha. So Leeds had the first opportunities fell to Leeds, and they're coming forward again actually down this near side at this time, and Kieran Tierney's across there helping out Thomas Partey. It's going to be a throw to Leeds, who have started this game pretty well actually, considering the problems that they've had. But anyway, let's hope that we can get a grip on this game. Long ball over the top there for Leeds. It's headed away by Ben White, and then Martinelli gets his first touch and wins the ball well on this near side. That's a good ball as well into the middle to Ødegaard. He flicks it back to Thomas Partey and he hits it up rather than forward, but Martinelli gets underneath it now. Lacazette into Ødegaard. There's a little bit of space now for the Norwegian, for Arsenal coming forward. He plays the ball through the middle to Lacazette. Lacazette's onside. It's going to be 1-0. Oh, it's a good save from Meslier. The follow-up comes in from Saka. It's gone wide. Oh, that was an early opportunity there for Arsenal. Lacazette with a one-on-one with his fellow countryman Meslier in goal for Leeds. It was good play by Arsenal. Ødegaard it was, running at the Leeds defence. A lovely ball. I think he may have been offside, but Arsenal coming forward again. Again, it's Ødegaard. Plays out to the far side. Cross comes in, a shot, rather cross shot from Thomas Partey over on that far side. Meslier makes a save again. Arsenal now getting on top of this game now. It was Ødegaard again at the heart of that. Thomas Partey made a run outside him. He got his shot away. Good save with his left hand there by Meslier. And just before, actually, Lacazette was onside. Good ball played through to him. And again, that was a good save for Meslier. He's done well. He's done two good saves there. The Leeds goalkeeper in quick succession. Arsenal have a corner over on the far side. Looks like Arsenal looking to take advantage of this early pressure now. The corner over on that far side comes in towards the near post. He's flicked on. Leeds don't really get it away. Arsenal still got the ball inside the penalty area. Kieran Tierney now on his near side turns back, and now he's looking to get a shot away. As he plays it square instead to Ødegaard. He flicks it over to the far side. That's a good ball. Looking for Bukayo Saka. Rafinha's there, but Saka's won the ball back well. Bukayo Saka over on that far side inside the penalty area, tries to go past the defender. He's run it out of play. It's going to be a goal kick to Leeds. But good pressure this was from Arsenal there. We've played nearly 4 minutes of this game. It is still 0-0. Arsenal had two big opportunities there. Lacazette with the first one, a clear one-on-one with Meslier put through by Ødegaard. Goalkeeper actually saved well, and Saka's follow-up was wide. Should have maybe done better, Bukayo Saka there. And then just moments later, Ødegaard again put Thomas Partey in down that far side, the right. And it was a good save by Meslier again at his near post. So two good saves by the Leeds goalkeeper to deny Arsenal an early lead. Ben White now, of course, knows this ground well. He played a full season on loan here at Leeds in the Championship a couple of years ago when he was still at Brighton. He was their player of the season, I think, that year when they won the league and got promoted. I think Leeds wanted to sign him, but it didn't quite happen. And we've got him now, and he's starting to settle in, isn't he, to that Arsenal defence. He's had a few good games for us now. Shane says there, Latka just lacks what top players have head up with the ball, see stuff quicker. Yeah, I mean, it was a good run from Lacazette, but you're never confident he's going to stick them away, are you? Kieran Tierney down to his right foot with a shot from the edge of the penalty area, but it's straight at Meslier, who's had a good start to this game. He looked very upset, didn't he, the other night with 7 goals that went past him. No goalkeeper likes to be on the end of a 7-0 defeat today. But he certainly had a good start to this game. He's made 3 saves already. Arsenal looking dangerous every time we attack. Meslier's kick there into the centre circle. Leeds trying to get a hold of the ball now with Roberts. Plays it to this near side. This is good play, actually. Rafinha plays the ball in there. This is nice from Leeds. Coming forward now. Gelhardt plays the ball in. He gets it back again. The youngster for Leeds got his first goal very recently against Chelsea, of course. His first goal in the Premier League, I should say. And Damach there plays it back to Koch, and then he plays it to Luke Ayling. He was a right back when he played at Arsenal, wasn't he, Luke Ayling? But anyway, he's playing centre back now for Leeds. He has played there quite a lot this season. So Leeds' injury problems have been really bad, actually. So some of these other teams that have cancelled games because they've had 3 or 4 players out with COVID really do need to take a look at themselves and look at what Leeds are doing tonight. Not try to make excuses. They just got on with it and named a load of young players, youth players on the bench. So, as I say, well done, Leeds. The crowd are getting really behind them as well. And I'm sure they need that support, this Leeds team. They are struggling, of course, this season. Second season syndrome a little bit. They've been struggling. But I say at home, they've turned their form around. They're unbeaten in their last 5 here at Ellen Road in the Premier League. West Ham were the last team to win here back in September. So this is it's going to be a test for Arsenal, but we've had a good start so far. 6.5 minutes played. We've had 2 or 3 opportunities to have taken the lead already. That was after an very early chance for Leeds. It was Dallas got clear down the left-hand side, and his cross was deflected behind for a corner. But since then, it's been all Arsenal. We've got the ball again with Saka down his far side. Arsenal's right. He's crowded out there, and Leeds can clear the ball away with Adam Forshaw. But again, Arsenal winning it back high up the pitch, but it's actually a free kick. The referee's Andre Mariner, by the way. So make of that what you will. I'm going to make no comment on the referee at this point. We'll wait and see how he goes. You know, all the referees are the same pretty much, aren't they? None of them are that great, as we know. And VAR's not really helping. But anyway, Leeds now have a long ball forward up this near side. But Kieran Tierney wins his header ahead of Rafinha. And it's going to be a throw to Leeds on the near side. 7.5 minutes played at Ellen Road. Leeds coming forward again with Damage. He's done well. Goes past 2 challenges, but then plays it back into the centre circle to Alien, who pings the ball out to the far side. It was a good header, actually, from Tomiyasu. And Leeds player's gone down, actually. I think it's Jack Harrison over on that far side, is it? Good header, actually, from Tomiyasu. He's good in the air, isn't he, for a fullback? You don't see many fullbacks that are that strong in the air, but he is very, very strong, isn't he? And it is Harrison that's got a knock, actually, there. But it is a throw to Leeds over on the far side. Leeds trying to gain a little bit of possession. They've been pegged back for much of these last 5 minutes or so. And Arsenal have had 1 or 2 big opportunities. Maybe should be in front. Lacazette's one in particular. He should have put that in. It was a decent save by the goalkeeper, but he maybe should have. He lacked a little bit of conviction there, Lacazette. It has to be said. He's in good form at the moment. Not so much goal-scoring form necessarily, although he did score a good goal last weekend, didn't he, against Southampton? It's more his overall performances have been great, I think, over the last few weeks since he's been back in the team. But he just needs to be a little bit more clinical, doesn't he, in front of goal? And that was a chance that he should have taken, actually. Thomas Partey just after that was a bit unlucky. I thought Thomas Partey it was a good shot, actually, going in. It was going to go in at the near post, but it was a good save, actually, a good left hand by Meslier. You'll say he's made 2 good saves now, which will certainly give his confidence a boost following the 7 goals they conceded the other night. This is a good move from Arsenal, but Lacazette tried to play it onto Ben White, who had made a storming run forward, and now Lacazette's conceded a free kick. Probably a sensible thing to do that from Lacazette, because Ben White was miles out of position, and Leeds could have had a counter attack. And he's taken one for the team now. He fouled Gelhardt, who was looking to get a counter-attack going for Leeds. But they've now got a free kick, which they've taken quickly. And the ball is now back with Meslier, who's certainly had a decent start to this game, the Leeds French goalkeeper. But Leeds now coming forward again down that far side. This is a storming run, actually. I think it's Dallas again, plays it in field. It's Rafinha. Plays it in again to Roberts. This is a nice play from Leeds on the edge of the penalty area. Roberts went down. I don't think he was fouled, but anyway, Dramech there finds Rafinha, tries to chip it through. Rafinha's got it again on this near side in front of the Arsenal fans. Granit Xhaka tackles him, but it is a throw to Leeds just by in from the corner flag on this near side. So right in front of the Arsenal fans, which are now at Ellen Road, are now along the side. Used to be behind a goal at one time, I remember. Used to be good behind a goal, actually, but now they're down the side, the away fans, and Leeds coming forward again inside the penalty. A good play that was from Martinelli. Thomas Partey does really well inside the penalty area there, actually. Showed a cool head when he could easily have lost the ball, but Lacazette now for Arsenal plays the ball up this near side. Martinelli, he's got a run on here. He's clear of the Leeds defence. He's just on the edge of the penalty. He's now just inside the penalty on this near side. Plays it across towards the penalty spot. Oh, it was Lacazette running in with Odegaard, I think it was, sorry, running in. The ball just was behind him. He couldn't quite get a finish on it. And now Leeds are looking to counter-attack. It's a very open game, actually. Both teams seem to be really going for it, looking to attack at every opportunity when they get the ball. So it is an open game. But there is no goals at the moment. And certainly Meslier has been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers with a couple of good saves. And Ramsdale hasn't actually... I don't think he's hardly touched the ball yet. One goal kick, I think that was it. Anyway, Arsenal now won a free kick. Ben White was fouled just inside the Arsenal half, and Odegaard's over the ball to take it quickly. He plays it back to Ben White, now to square to Gabriel. just slowing the pace of the game down a little bit. It's been quite frantic, actually, these first 11 and a half minutes. Now, Gabriel surges forward into the Leeds half, onto Granit Xhaka, to Tierney on this near side, to Martinelli, sorry, on this near side. It's gone out for a throw to Leeds. Gabriel there with the ball, stepped forward, moved into the Leeds half. But unfortunately, nothing was able to come of that. And it's a throw to Leeds now on this near side, which Dramet is going to take for the hosts. 12 minutes played at Ellen Road. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 0. Arsenal have been the better team, have had the better chances in these opening exchanges, but it's still 0-0. All Ramsdale there, almost caught out by Rafinha. Tried to take too long. Rafinha again is working hard for the team. He's in good form, isn't he? The Brazilian for Leeds, their top scorer this season. He's a threat, isn't he? He's certainly going to be the player we need to keep quiet. And then I think we've got a good chance of getting a result here. It's been a decent start from Arsenal, but Leeds are hanging on so far. It is 0-0 and they're coming forward now themselves with Dramet again. Turned into a little bit of trouble. Martinelli did well, but it is going to be a throw to Leeds on this near side, which Dramet's going to take, playing at right back. I think he played in the Carabao Cup tie between the sides earlier in the season, didn't he, at the Emirates, which of course Arsenal did win in the end with 2 second-half goals from Callum Chambers and who got the second one that night? Oh, Eddie Nketiah, wasn't it? Of course, Eddie Nketiah, who was on the bench. Of course, he knows this ground well. He was on loan at Leeds as well. So 2 Arsenal players who have spent loan spells here at Ellen Road. Ben White, who's currently in possession, and I say Eddie Nketiah as well. Never quite worked out for him, did it, Eddie Nketiah? He didn't play enough games and ended up coming back to Arsenal and looked as though he might be on his way out. But he's had a couple of decent substitute appearances in the last few weeks, actually. Kieran Tierney then pings the ball up this left-hand side, looking for Martinelli, but it's going to run all the way through to goalkeeper Meslier, who dribbles it back into his penalty area so he can pick it up and go long. It is still 0-0, nearly 14 minutes played. It's been a lively start to this game, actually. It's been quite open, and it's a sort of game where it looks like there's going to be goals. But, of course, last season's this fixture did, of course, finish goalless, didn't it? When Nicolas Pepe got sent off, if you remember. But this game looks as though it's got goals in it, certainly from how open it is in these early stages here. Rafinha then tried a little flick, but Kieran Tierney was alive to that. Martinelli wins the ball back. Was he fouled? The referee says yes. He was going to allow an advantage, but in the end, because we played the ball back, there didn't seem to be much of an advantage. And then now Andre Mariner has blown for a free kick for that foul on Martinelli. It was Dramet, it was with the foul. Actually, it wasn't. It was, that was quite a bad foul, actually. I think it was Forshaw with the foul. But Martinelli's okay. He's back up on his feet again. And Arsenal taking his free kick quickly. Gabriel maybe a little bit wanted Ben White to give him a better angle there. In the end, he's gone back to Ramsdale, who kicks long up that far side. Luke Ayling's there with the header. He would love to get one over on his old club, I'm sure. Luke Ayling, Leeds captain tonight. He's had a decent career for Leeds, actually. Never quite worked for him at Arsenal, did it? He wasn't given too many opportunities, if we're honest, but he certainly made a good career for himself at Leeds. You know, Bukayo Saka now going down that far side, plays it into Lacazette. He's inside the penalty area. Was that a foul? Referee says no, but we've still got a chance. Martinelli, it's 1-0. Martinelli scored. Doesn't matter. It looked like it might have been a penalty. 15 minutes gone. Martinelli with the finish. He's in great form, isn't he? The young Brazilian. Now he's getting a regular game in the team. We can see exactly how good he is. Fantastic player. That's a fantastic finish as well. And Arsenal do have the lead finally. The Leeds defender there wanted too much time. Lacazette won the ball off him. First time finish from Martinelli across the keeper. Great goal, actually. Just before that, it was Granit Xhaka went down in the area. Lacazette won the ball back. Martinelli finished. He wasn't offside. I don't know whether Leeds are worrying about or potentially that Lacazette committed a foul. But I think the goal is going to stand. In fact, it has stood. It is 1-0. And you got to say Arsenal deserved this lead because we've been the better team right from the start. and we've got ourselves the early goal. 15 minutes played. Martinelli with the finish as well, which is great to see. Martinelli getting another goal for himself. That's 3 now in the last 4 or 5 games he's played. So that's brilliant stuff. Shane says yes, and Rajendra 1-0. Indeed, it is 1-0. Brilliant stuff from Arsenal. I say fully deserved as well. We started this game on the front foot. Great to see Martinelli getting a regular game in the team and also getting starting to score regularly as well. I don't know who, obviously we know who's placed in the side. He's kind of taken, isn't he, the captain? And you have to say that he's certainly giving a lot more to the team than Aubameyang has for the last year or so. And he's adding goals as well now. So that's 3 already in the Premier League for him now in the last 4 or 5 games. He's really, really in good form. But we have led 1-0 in our last 2 away games and ended up with nothing. So we need to manage this game better today. We need to push on, and we need to, get the second goal, because that's what's let us down, isn't it, in the previous 2. Now Saka's looking to do just that, cutting in from that right hand side. Still Bukayo Saka, who's going to get shot over his left foot. He's deflected off a Leeds defender that was on the ground. Saka won the header again, and there's an injury now to a Leeds player inside the penalty area. I think that's Stuart Dallas, actually. A good play that from Saka, cutting in from that right hand side. Got the ball onto his left foot, and then his shot actually hit the back of Dallas, who was on the floor at the time. He slipped, and then the shot there from Saka actually hit him on the back of their neck, and he is now getting some treatment on the pitch. But that was a good goal from Arsenal. It was good. It was good pressure, and Granit Xhaka maybe felt he could have had a penalty just before. I'm not sure if it was a penalty. He burst into the box in between a couple of Leeds defenders, but I think it was Koch who tried to. He wanted too much time on the ball. Lacazette closed him down, and the ball fell into the path of Martinelli, and he smashed it into the top corner. A really good finish from about 12 yards, just slightly to the left-hand side of the goal. It was a really good finish, actually, from Martinelli, and he's really looking confident at the moment, isn't he? Shane says there, was Arteta clever in not playing Martinelli, not ready, or was he silly for not playing him? Well, yeah, that's now it looks like he should have been playing a lot earlier, doesn't it? When you look at how poor Aubameyang was for a long time, and Martinelli's come into the team. What I always felt with Martinelli, that he wasn't playing very many minutes, and when he came on, he looked a bit rusty. He needed time, and now he's got a run in the team, 3 or 4 games. You can see the difference it's made. He's sharp, he's quick, and we're starting to see the best of him. And I don't think we'd seen the best of him under Arteta actually before. So this could be this is great news, isn't it? Because we know the potential that he's got. We saw, didn't we, when he first came into the team under Unai Emery a couple of years ago, all those goals he scored in a lot of the cup competition. So you could see what potential he had. And it hadn't really happened for him much in the Premier League, and then he got a couple of bad injuries. But now he's back, he's firing, he's in the team, and he's looking fantastic, playing off this left-hand side. I think that's his best position. I know people have compared him to Thierry Henry. I said the other night, didn't I, that the goal he scored was quite Thierry Henry-like, and other people have mentioned it as well. And he always played from that left-hand side, didn't he? And maybe that's what's going to suit Martinelli. So we'll have to see. But I mean, the situation with Lacazette needs to be sorted out contract-wise. But actually, we've just lost the ball there. I think that was Martinelli, and a long-range effort there from Rafinha from probably 50 yards, almost halfway line. Tried to catch out Aaron Ramsey, who was off his line, but comfortable save in the end for the Arsenal goalkeeper. The first sort of save he's had to make, actually. We've played 20 minutes, nearly halfway through this first half. Arsenal with that advantage given to us by Martinelli, with another great finish from him, and Arsenal looking to come forward again down that far side with Bukayo Saka. But it was good play actually from the Leeds left back Dallas, and now Leeds coming forward again. They've got an advantage there. Ball played into the penalty area. Oh, that was a funny challenge actually by Ben White, but the referee's given a free kick to Arsenal anyway for the earlier challenge. It was Rafinha who burst into the box there. Granit Xhaka it was. Was Granit Xhaka fouled? Luke Ayling didn't really get hold of the ball there, and Gabriel was holding on to Rafinha there a little bit actually. But anyway, it was a free kick to Arsenal before that, so it's fine. And it is, I say, Leeds United 0, Arsenal 1. It's been a good start to this game from Arsenal. These first 20 minutes or so, we've been a much better team. We've had 2 or 3 opportunities before we scored, and it's been a very un-Arsenal-like away performance if you look at how we've been playing away from home. And it's good to see we're on the front foot from the start of this game. And, you know, we could easily be 2 or 3-0 up, to be honest. But anyway, we are 1-0 up, and that's a great start. We need to build on this now, because I say the last 2 away games, we've been in a similar position, and we haven't pushed that advantage home. We've sat deeper in it when we've paid the price. We did, of course, score this early on at Man United, didn't we? And we know what happened there. So we need to learn the lessons from that. Let's see if we have learned the lessons from that. And let's see if we can get this second goal. This is good play again in midfield from Arsenal. Martin Ødegaard is in good form as well at the moment. He keeps holding the ball. Martin Ødegaard tries a shot from the edge of the box. It's deflected by a Leeds defender, and they do manage to scramble the ball away. Ødegaard's playing really well as well in this early stages. Martinelli now the goal scorer. Oh, we just had a bit of a misunderstanding there with Kieran Tierney. The ball's gone out for a throw to Leeds. But good defending that was in the end from the host. But they've given the ball away there. Martinelli picks it up. And now Ødegaard, who's been very lively in these early stages. Granit Xhaka finds Kieran Tierney. And now Gabriel inside the Arsenal half, slowing it down again as he did a bit earlier. Plays it to Granit Xhaka on his near side, and Xhaka goes back to Gabriel, and now he switches it square to Ben White. Arsenal playing it around at the back pretty neatly at the moment. Ben White striding forward. He knows this pitch very well. That's played inside to Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey switches it to Granit Xhaka. This is good pressure from Arsenal. That's a lovely ball into Kieran Tierney, the onside. Kieran Tierney inside the penalty area, goes for the near post. Oh, it was a good save again by Meslier. That's his 3rd good save already in this game. Got down at his near post there. This time it was his right hand. Good save. Kieran Tierney's a great run. He was onside. Kieran Tierney got inside the penalty area, drilled a shot towards the near post. A good save from Meslier again. Kieran Tierney's shot there was going in that near post, but another decent save it was from the Leeds goalkeeper. But Arsenal do have a corner on the near side. Kieran Tierney looking for his first goal of the season. This is Arsenal's 2nd corner, and it's over on that near side this time. Played into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a Leeds head, though, that gets it away. And Martin Ødegaard tries to put it back into the penalty area. He's still working hard to try and win the ball. But now Leeds looking for a counter-attack. Rafinha down this near side. He's got the legs on Kieran Tierney, has he? Rafinha now just coming inside the Arsenal penalty area. He's got run for a shot, has he? Rafinha puts it wide. The first real chance for Leeds there on the counter-attack from an Arsenal corner it was. We said Rafinha was going to be the danger man, and he certainly was there. The great ball over the top to him on this near side, the Arsenal left. He faced up Kieran Tierney, got into the penalty area, cut inside, took another touch, and looked as he was going to place it in that bottom corner, but he's just missed the target, luckily for Arsenal. But that just shows the danger that Leeds will show. I don't think Ramsdale would have saved that if it was just inside the post. Leeds close there to an equaliser. That's their first real opportunity of the game, to be honest. Now Martinelli at the other end looking to get a 2nd goal for Arsenal inside the penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli on this near side plays it back to the edge of the box. Thomas Partey with a shot. He kept this one down, unusually for him, and it's gone straight through to goalkeeper Meslier. That was a more comfortable save for the Frenchman, who's made, I say, a few saves in this game. We've had a lot of shots at goal. That's the one criticism that we've had of Arsenal this season. We haven't been scoring enough goals. We haven't been creating enough chances, but we've certainly had a lot of shots in this first 25 minutes here. We must have had 6 or 7 attempts at goal, and the Leeds goalkeeper is having a good game, which is keeping them in it. It has to be said. We could easily have had this game wrapped up. Let's just hope that those chances don't come back to haunt us later on in this game, as they have done in our recent away games. Of course, as I said, we have been leading in those games and not managed to press home the advantage. So we need to make sure we learn. We've learned from those mistakes, and that we can push on and get a victory here tonight at Ellen Road, a ground where we haven't lost for 20 years, or over 20 years actually. Last time we lost in this ground, of course, we haven't played Leeds that often in that intervening period, of course, because they had a long time, didn't they, outside of the Premier League. Our last defeat here came in November 2001. No, it wasn't. It was November 2000, wasn't it? It's 21 years since our last defeat here. That was a 1-0 loss. And so we haven't played here much since then, if we're honest. A lot more times in the cup competitions than in the league. Again, Leeds trying to play it out from the back and Arsenal winning the ball back. Granit Xhaka there with a diving header forward, and Kieran Tierney's going to pick up this ball, heads it forward up the left-hand side towards Martinelli, the goal scorer. Surely that was a foul there from Rafinha on Kieran Tierney. It was. Those two having quite a battle actually in these opening 26 minutes. Kieran Tierney is probably just about winning that battle at the moment, but you can see that Rafinha is dangerous with that opportunity he just had a few moments ago when he cut inside from the right-hand side and put a shot just wide of that post. So, yeah, it's he's going to be the threat, isn't he? Rajendra there in the chat says, come on, the Arsenal, and Arsenal. Yeah, the away fans certainly in good voice. I'm a bit gutted I'm not there actually, but anyway, wasn't to be for me this time. But Arsenal now, Granit Xhaka plays a free kick into Thomas Partey now to Kieran Tierney. This is Arsenal playing well in this first 27 minutes, but Leeds have just won a throw. Rafinha doing his defensive work, trying to get the ball back off Kieran Tierney, and they had a little clash there. Nothing really to be concerned about. He did catch Tierney in the face. Accidentally, I think it was. Anyway, Kieran Tierney didn't make too much of it. And usually for him, he does like to, like he did the other night, didn't he? When he was caught, not really in the face, but he went down as though he had been. Anyway, Ben White now in possession for Arsenal, plays it back to the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. He's just outside the Arsenal penalty area. And then he kicks it long up this left-hand side. Kieran Tierney keeps it in as he's got a little bit of space now. The Arsenal left-back plays it into Lacazette, very central. Plays it out to that far side. It wasn't a good ball. Looking for Bukayo Saka, and Leeds can now bring it away. Luke Hayling on the charge for Leeds. But that was a poor ball, and Granit Xhaka can bring it forward for Arsenal. That's a lovely ball through. Martinelli's in again. Is Martinelli going to make it two? Martinelli does make it two. You know he's not going to miss those. Lacazette missed a similar chance earlier. Martinelli hasn't done. He's got himself a second goal already. We've not even played half an hour yet. This is great stuff from the young Brazilian. Brilliant goal. Lovely take there. There's a good ball actually from Granit Xhaka as well. Needs credit for that ball. It is 2-0. Well, great stuff. And of course, as always, when it's not 1-0 and it's 2-0, we have to play the other theme. So 2-0, brilliant goal that was there from Martinelli, showing Lacazette how you finish those one-on-one chances. He was almost fouled actually by Demech, and then as the goalkeeper came out, he just lofted it over him into the net. That's an absolutely brilliant goal from Martinelli, and we've played 27, 28 minutes, and he's on a hat-trick. He is on a hat-trick, Martinelli. Could it be his day, his first hat-trick for Arsenal? That would be something special, wouldn't it? Rajendra says there, 2-0, 2-0. And 2-0, indeed it is. And Shane says yes. Just a moment after Leeds had threatened an equaliser with that effort from Rafinha, we get the second goal, and that's the one thing we wasn't able to do in our previous two away games. So we've done it this time, and we've got the platform now to go on, hopefully, and win this game. We've certainly been a much better team in this opening half an hour. I don't think anybody can have any question that we don't deserve this 2-0 lead. Are Leeds about to make a substitution already? Looks as though they are. Bielsa is chatting to one of his substitutes. I don't know if he speaks to his players in English or whether it's just the press he won't speak to in English. But anyway, I think Leeds are going to make a substitution already. They have been under the cosh. Maybe it's going to be a tactical change. Bielsa certainly won't just sit back and watch the team get beaten. And Leeds coming forward now, crossing to the penalty towards the penalty spot. Thomas Partey's there, but he's going to be a corner, is it? No, Gabriel just keeps it in, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Leeds are making that substitution. Actually, it is going to be Jack Harrison going off. It is an injury, the injury that he suffered early in this game, and I think it's going to be, is it Somerville coming on for Leeds, one of their really young players that they've got on the bench. We did say if they had one or two injuries they'd struggle, but we'll see. It is Crescencio Somerville that's coming on, the Dutch winger for Leeds, young player. as Leeds look to try to find a way back into this game. It's been a dominant Arsenal performance so far. Phil says there, this boy is great. Please, he's getting plenty of minutes now. Yeah, that's what he needed, isn't it? He needed to be playing more regularly. You can see what a great player he is. And, you know, his 2 goals today from that left-hand side, very, very cherry on, really like. Rajendra says there, another challenge from Gabriel. Yeah, I mean, suddenly it's clicking into place for Arsenal, isn't it? We are looking a very good team at the moment. But anyway, Lee's coming forward now with Rafinha down this near side. We know he's the danger man. He plays the ball outside, so Jametz gets it back. Rafinha, the Brazilian. Obviously, it's the Arsenal Brazilian that's getting the headlines in this game so far with his 2 goals. He'll be desperate for a hat-trick, won't he? Be his first hat-trick for Arsenal. First hat-trick of his senior football career. But Lee's coming forward now. Shot from the edge of the box, flashed across the goal. It was Roberts there with the effort. Tyler Roberts for Leeds, and now he's gone down with a little bit of an injury, has he? Could Leeds have to be forced into another change very early in this game? Things are definitely going Arsenal's way. Leeds have already had to make 1 substitution, and Roberts is struggling a bit as well. They've got plenty of injuries as it is. Are we going to see another? Leeds have to make another substitution. Bielsa's looking concerned, and he might well do. Both the Brazilians, says Rajendra, are playing well. Well, in fact, all 3 Brazilians, because I think Rafinha is playing quite well for Leeds as well, isn't he? So it's definitely a Brazilian day today. Not Brazilian weather, of course, with the, with cold and foggy. But the Brazilians are certainly playing well in this game so far for both teams, actually. Arsenal's Brazilians and Leeds Brazilian as well. The referee there just gone over to chat to the Leeds bench, and Arsenal players are getting a drink as well on this near side. Not quite sure what's happened there. I think there was something maybe the Leeds bench had maybe said. Anyway, the referee, Andre Mann, went over, had a word with him, but no further actions being taken. I'm not quite sure what that was all about, if I'm totally honest. Anyway, Arsenal have got a goal kick, which Ramsdale is about to take. Shane says there, I think Leeds need White back on loan for second half. No, we don't want to give them any opportunities, do we, to get back in this game. Tommy Nasu down that far. So it's a bit of a quiet game so far, actually. We've had a comment there from Hawaii. Hawaii says, stay home. Well, if we stayed home, then we wouldn't have the game, would we? Because there'd be no crowd in there, and there'd be no players there. So, it wouldn't be no fun, would it? Anyway, Leeds have got a flyer on that far side. Rajendra says this team is now playing how they're being built for over the summer. Yeah, you could say that. Maybe that's the case. This is what I wanted, and it's suddenly clicking into gear, isn't it? We've had that comment here from Shane. Sorry, I've already put it on up. Arsenal come forward again, looking for a 3rd goal. It's going to be Lacazette. Oh, another good save from Meslier. But again, Lacazette's finished. That's a little bit of conviction. He was inside the 6-yard box. It was a tight angle, actually. Martinelli's now picked the ball up. Doing well, Martinelli. Oh, he was unlucky there. He was put under pressure. But that's a good save from Meslier again. That's what, the 3rd or 4th good save he's made. Again, it was a good break from Arsenal coming forward. Again, it was Ødegaard at the heart of it. It came back to Lacazette just on the edge of the 6-yard box. And again, it lacked conviction, that finish. But it was another good save from Meslier. If that had fell to Martinelli, you'd imagine he would have scored that and it would have been 3-0. The form he's in at the moment, the confidence he's showing. I say Lacazette maybe just lacking a little bit of confidence in front of goal, it seems. He's missed 2 good opportunities in this game already. Martinelli certainly showing him how to finish in these opening 35 minutes. It is 2 goals from Gabriel Martinelli that's given Arsenal this 2-0 advantage away from home, looking for only a 3rd away win of the season. I say that getting that 2nd goal could be so important because it's what we didn't manage at Manchester United or Everton recently, but we have got it tonight, and it's a good performance this from Arsenal. But the referee then allowed play to go on. Looked like it was going to be a free kick to Leeds. Now Jametz coming forward. He's got Rafinha outside him on this near side. Plays it back to Jametz. Can he get a cross in? The cross is deflected. Thomas Partey heads it away from Aaron Ramsdale. It would have been a comfortable save for Ramsdale, it would have seemed. But anyway, Thomas Partey got there in front of him, headed it away. And now Arsenal can launch a counter-attack. But no, it's Ødegaard there actually lost out in midfield, and Leeds have kept the pressure on, but that's a poor ball. Granit Xhaka picks it up, and now Arsenal looking to break down that far side with Bukayo Saka. Plays the ball in towards Martin Odegaard. It was a poor ball, actually, and Leeds have picked up possession. Rajendra says there, I'm sure he'll finish one more chance and goal. Yeah, let's hope so. I think he needs a goal in this game, doesn't he? Because he's missed a couple of good chances already. And I say you never feel that confident with Lacazette when he's in those positions that he's going to score. There didn't seem to be much doubt with Martinelli's finishes, did there? You kind of, when the ball fell to him, you kind of knew he would score. But with Lacazette, you don't get that same confidence, do you? But anyway, we are 2-0 up, and that's the main thing. And it is 2 goals from Gabriel Martinelli, and Arsenal have now got a free kick just inside their own half, just by the centre circle. There's a foul on Ben White, who's had a pretty solid start to this game. Thomas Partey is going to take this free. Actually, it's inside the Leeds half, inside the centre circle. Thomas Partey plays it short to Gabriel. He's got Granit Xhaka, outside him on this near side. Plays it back to Ben White. It wasn't a great ball, but Ben White had plenty of time to get it under control. And now he plays it square to Gabriel. And he goes back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. What we need to do is not do anything silly now before half-time. Keep it at 2-0. And then in the second half, we've got something to build on. But if we do concede a goal, if we do let Leeds back into this, it could change the whole complexion of this game, couldn't it? In the second half, with Leeds will have something to fight for. Then if it gets back to 2-1, there is 7.5, 8 minutes till half time, and Arsenal really do need to not do anything silly now. We've put ourselves in a very strong position with a very strong performance, but it's important that we don't do anything silly. I'm saying let Leeds back into it, because that will give them a massive lift with all their problems. It's you don't notice your problem so much when you've got something to fight for in the game. But Leeds are coming forward down that far side, but that's a poor ball, and Arsenal can pick it up again with Martin Odegaard, who's running in towards the centre circle. He tried to find Martinelli, but the ball was too much behind him. Lacazette's fighting hard to try and win it back again for Leeds, who have actually picked up possession down the far side. Leeds coming forward, looking to try and get away back into this game. It's been a tough opening 38 minutes for Leeds. Good 38 minutes for Arsenal. It is 2-0, and Arsenal won the ball back again. Gabriel now plays it into midfield to Granit Xhaka. Got a little bit of time and space, clips the ball over to that far side. That's a good ball in to Martin Odegaard, finds Lacazette. Odegaard gets it back now, finds Ben White. Arsenal popping the ball around pretty confidently. We're heading towards half-time at Ellen Road. It's 2-0 to Leeds. Lacazette's got in again behind the Leeds defence. He's very tight angle, finds Bukayo Saka inside the penalty. Bukayo Saka cuts inside onto his left foot. The shot is deflected. It falls towards Lacazette. He was offside, so he didn't even attempt to try and get it, and Leeds will now clear the ball. But again, it was Odegaard, I think it was, with that ball through Leeds defence to Lacazette. He was a bit wide this time, and instead he played it back to Saka, who cut inside onto that left foot, and his shot was blocked. But another good opportunity for Arsenal, who are playing some good football in this first half, it has to be said. Rajendra says, don't allow them to attack too much or the crowd will get behind their team. No, exactly. They've got a loud crowd at Leeds. And I say, if they were to get a goal before half-time, it would give everyone a lift. So we need to play it sensibly here. And to be fair, we've looked much more likely to get the next goal anyway. We've had 2 or 3 more opportunities since that second goal. And Leeds have really threatened. It's just that one effort really from Rafinha, cutting in from that right-hand side and drilling a shot just past the post. That was when it was 1-0. Could have been a game changer that if it had gone in. But luckily it went wide, and very soon after that, Martinelli got his second goal to really put Arsenal in control. We're in the last 5 minutes now of this first half. Leeds 0, Arsenal 2. A good first half performance from Arsenal, but Leeds coming forward now, looking to find a way back into this game. Gelhardt there, but he ran into trouble, and Kieran Tierney will knock it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Wall took the touch again. He was closed down by Gelhardt, but again he got away with it. Thomas Partey now finds Granit Xhaka. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him on this near side for Arsenal. Arsenal's left. Lacazette now very deep, as he likes to be. Granit Xhaka inside the Arsenal half, plays it out to the far side to Ben White. Rajendra says there, we need to get the 3rd or 4th goal. Well, yeah, let's get the 3rd goal first. The main thing, what we mustn't do is allow Leeds a goal. If we can get into half-time 2-0, I mean, that would be a good lead to have, fully deserved lead as well. But yeah, a third goal from, I mean, I think the next goal in this game is going to be really important, isn't it? If we get it, and we might get it now, Bukayo Saka over on that far side. Bukayo Saka running into the penalty area. It's fell to Lacazette, has it? Back to Bukayo Saka again. He's got Martinelli outside. Odegaard outside. Oh, it's gone in. Saka scored. It is 3-0. 42 minutes played. A strange goal in many ways. The ball bobbled around the edge of the penalty area, and it's Bukayo Saka's fired. It was a good one actually from Odegaard outside him. The referee's just telling the Arsenal players to stop celebrating. Hang on a minute, ref. We're allowed to celebrate. We've just scored a goal. But it's a lovely finish actually in the end from Bukayo Saka. Looked like he'd gone too far at first. He then cut back inside and hit it with his left foot. I don't know if it got a deflection, caught out Meslier at the near post. Saka ran into the penalty. It looked as though he'd maybe gone too far. He'd almost tackled. Lacazette won the ball back again. It fell back to Saka. Odegaard was outside him. He cut back inside and drilled it in at the near post. That's a good finish from Bukayo Saka. That's his 4th goal of the season for Bukayo Saka. Actually did get a deflection there. Quite a heavy deflection actually off Klitsch. They're checking for a possible offside actually now. Hang on, the goal might not be given. Oh, I think it's going to be disallowed. I think Saka was offside just in the build-up to that goal. I don't think it's going to count. I think that was why the referee was maybe telling the Arsenal players to cut short their celebration. Regenda's saying 3-0, 3-0. I don't think it is 3-0. No, the goal does stand. It is 3-0. It is 3-0. Judy says there, is this the end for Bielsa? No, I don't think so. I think, you've got to say that they've got a lot of injury problems at the moment. And they are suffering a little bit with second season syndrome, aren't they? I mean, I'll be surprised if they were to get rid of Bielsa. I mean, obviously they got beaten 7-0 the other night. They're losing this game 3-0. It could easily be 5 or 6 as well. It's tough times for Leeds, isn't it? It's tough times. But I say you do have to bear in mind the injuries that they've got. They have got a lot of problems at the moment, and it's a tough time for them. But I think he's been a breath of fresh air in the Premier League, Bielsa. He's done a great job, and I think it would be harsh to be getting rid of him. Martinelli now looking for a 4th goal for Arsenal before half-time. Comes to the edge of the box. A shot comes in from Martin Odegaard, but it does go through to Meslier, straight at him again. He's made 5 or 6 saves, actually, Meslier. And Arsenal are 3-0 up. Actually, I'll change the score now. I was waiting because I wasn't sure if they were going to disallow that goal, but they've given it now. So I will change the score to 3-0. And it's been an impressive first half from Arsenal. The problems mounting for Leeds, of course, as we know. Legenda says 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Yeah, it is 3-0 now. A little bit unsure. We've had 14 attempts at goal, actually, in this first half. And Arsenal won the ball back again. Martin Odegaard, are we going to get another goal before half-time? Odegaard plays it to Saka again. Good save from Meslier once again. He's had a busy afternoon or evening in this first half, the Leeds goalkeeper, but he's done well. Shane says there, Xhaka is bossing the midfield, so underestimated. But do you know what? I've been saying this for a long time. I like Granit Xhaka. I think he does a good job for the team. And every time he makes one mistake, it gets highlighted and everybody picks up on it. But they ignore the fact that, 10, 11, 12 games in a row, he's so consistent. And, he is having a great game tonight. And Arsenal have been dominating this game. And it is 3-0, could easily be 5 or 6. Time for the update and theme. Yeah, I did the update. Oh yeah, we'll do the theme actually. Why not do that? But Leeds then were looking to try and get a goal back. I said that 3rd goal was going to be important in this game. It's Arsenal that's got it, and surely now it's just a matter of how many we want to score. There's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. We've just moved into that now. A first half that's been a very good first half for Arsenal, as good as it could have been expected, actually. Tomiyasu, that's a loose ball from the right back for Arsenal. It's picked up there in midfield by Adam Forshaw. Leeds will maybe want to try and get something back if they can before half-time to give them some ray of hope, but I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference the way this game's gone. But Leeds are coming forward now. This is a bit better from Leeds. Rafinha on the edge of the penalty. He's looking to try and get a shot away, but Thomas Partey done well, and maybe Arsenal can get a counter-attack. Martinelli now, he's got a lot of space in front of him down this near side. Gabriel Martinelli's on a hat-trick, remember, the Brazilian, but he just slows the play up there. There was no one else near him, and there was a long way to go to goal, and there was 3 or 4 Leeds defenders in front of him. But Arsenal just slowed it down, kept possession. We're managing this game pretty well. Thomas Partey now in midfield for Arsenal. He's got Saka, a little bit of space again. Outside him, Bukayo Saka inside the penalty area, cuts back onto his left foot. Thomas Partey with a shot. No, he doesn't. Leeds just get her away. And now Leeds can maybe launch a counter-attack. It's been a really exciting game, this, it has to be said. And even more exciting, the fact that Arsenal are playing well and winning quite comfortably. But Leeds have just won a free kick. There's a foul on Gelhardt, who's also struggling now with an injury. And Leeds' problems are mounting up. But we are now, a minute and a half away from half-time. It's been as good a first half Arsenal produced away from home for a very, very long time. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. And Bar in the chat there says Martinelli's superb strike was marvellous, good vibes. It was a fantastic, certainly the second one was a brilliant goal, wasn't it, from Martinelli? Really cool finish as well. And he's had a great half. Everybody's had a great half for Arsenal. It's been a really good performance. If you are new to the channel, if a few people watching, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. We do lots of watch-alongs. We do cover the Arsenal women as well. We'll be covering their game tomorrow against Brighton, assuming it goes ahead, of course. And also we do the Tuesday clinic where we'll be looking back on this game and looking ahead to the Christmas games. And we do an Arsenal women show on a Friday. Last night we did an end of year special. So loads on the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And if you're enjoying the coverage of this game today, please give it a like. And it's been a good performance from Arsenal. It's definitely worthy of a like, isn't it? The way that Arsenal have played in this first half, it's probably worth 10 likes, isn't it? So maybe we should try and get at least that many, if not more. Anyway, it's back with Ramsdale now. We are into the last few seconds of this first half. Very impressive first half it's been from Arsenal. And in fact, there goes the half-time whistle right on cue. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. It has to be said, that's probably the least Arsenal deserve from that first half performance. Really, really good from Arsenal, pretty much from start to finish. Leeds briefly threatened right at the beginning of the game when I think it was Dallas got clear down the left-hand side for Leeds, but his cross was deflected behind for a corner. But after that, Arsenal just took control of this game. It took 16 minutes to take the lead. Martinelli it was who scored. Leeds couldn't quite clear the ball. They wanted too long in the penalty. Lacazette won it back and Martinelli finished first time across the goalkeeper into the far corner. Leeds goalkeeper Meslier made 3 or 4 decent saves, actually. A couple before the goal. It was Martinelli got the second goal as well. Lovely through ball to him from Granit Xhaka. He ran through one-on-one with a keeper. And with defenders closing in and the keeper coming out, he just coolly dinked it over him. Fantastic finish that was from Martinelli. He made it 2-0. We looked like we were in control. We had a couple of other chances. Lacazette's missed a couple, but we did get the third goal just before half-time. A little bit of controversy about it. Bukayo Saka was potentially offside over on the far side when the ball was played through to him. He cut into the edge of the penalty area. Again, he maybe overrun it a little bit, but it looked as though he did. Lacazette battled hard. The ball fell back to Saka, and with Odegaard running outside him, he cut inside and smashed a left foot shot, which was deflected into the near post to give Arsenal a 3-0 lead, and a fully deserved 3-0 lead as well, it has to be said. A really good performance from Arsenal, and I say we could easily have scored another 3. Meslier's played really well in goal. I think we've had 14, 15 shots at goal in that first half. Really good stuff. Rajendra says there, brilliant first half. We're totally in control and better shooting. We could be 6. Yeah, we could easily be 6 up. Meslier's been Leeds' best player, hasn't he? And that just sums it up really. He's made, as I say, several really good saves, and he certainly kept them in this game. So yeah, good stuff from Arsenal. And let's, I know Leeds have got problems, but let's not feel sorry for them in the second half. Let's go out there and really put in a performance. We've got our goal difference positive finally. It's taken us almost till Christmas to get a positive goal difference, and now we've got an opportunity to really push ourselves on. This will be a good win for Arsenal, and it's going to put us in a really good position, isn't it, going in to Christmas now. So let's hope that we can keep going and hopefully keep this great run that we're on. This will be the third. This has been the third really good performance in a row. Hopefully another clean sheet it'll be. You have to say Leeds haven't really threatened a goal, have they? Let's be totally honest. But yeah, it's been great from Arsenal. So we just need to push this on now, don't we? And let's get a really big away win, a nice big away win, 5 or 6-0. When was the last time we did that away from home in the Premier League? I mean, it'll be a long time. If anybody can remember, I can remember a 6-6. Was it 6-2 against Derby, maybe 2008? I'm not sure if we've scored 6 away from home, have we in the Premier League? Since then, I can't remember off the top of my head. There may be one that I've forgotten, but that Derby night, that was a good night. That was at Derby, actually, that game. Julie in the chat, how are you doing? She says, what were the earlier big losses that put you into a minus goal difference, or was it just a lot of small losses? Well, we lost 5-0 to Manchester City. We've lost 4-0 to Liverpool. We lost 2-0 to Chelsea, 2-0 to Brentford. So that's a lot of goals against us, and we haven't had many big victories. The victories have been a lot of 1-0s. And not really getting big victories. It's only this last week, 3-0 Southampton, 2-0 West Ham, 3-0 today. We are now +4 goal difference. So, yeah, there's been a couple of big defeats and not enough big victories. That's been the problem. A lot of narrow games that we've had. So we have finally got a positive goal difference, which is nice. And there's not many teams with a positive goal difference, actually. I think there's only 4 or 5. So we're certainly getting there, aren't we? Regenda says now get a few more plus goal difference to get to the first 3 teams. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good at the minute, isn't it? We're in a great position in the league. But yeah, we'll have to see, what the second half brings. Let's not get too carried away just yet. But remember, the first and foremost we've got to win this game. We're in a great position. We should win it now. Let's be honest. And then if we can get more goals as well, then that's a bonus, isn't it? And who knows, this could be our last game for a while with everything that's going on, so we need to enjoy it, don't we? But yeah, it has been a good Arsenal performance, and that's what we need. It's what we needed, isn't it, really? Which is good. So let's see if we can keep this going in the second half. But yeah, we had 15 attempts at goal, 11 on target. I mean, that must be the most in one half that we've had on target all season, actually, home or away. But yeah, we've only had 51% possession. So there you go, 80% accurate passing rate, 8%, and Leeds 75. We've had 2 corners, Leeds 1. We've had 29 touches in the opposition box. Leeds have only had 5 in ours. So there you go. But yeah, so that was a good first half, that. But yeah, it's been good stuff. And let's see if we can go on and get the victory. We should do now, shouldn't we? And get a big victory. So let's see what happens in this second half. I'm just advertising the show on Twitter so we can get a few more people joining us for the second half, which would be nice, wouldn't it? And they've just got some analysis going on in the studio now. See Leeds there, that first goal, they tried to play out in their penalty area. Good finish that from Martinelli, actually. Saka ran into the box there. I don't think he was fouled. Lacazette won it back. And then Martinelli with his right foot, bang, top corner. Beautiful goal from Martinelli. And Kalisa says there, marvellous Arsenal. Indeed, it was a marvellous Arsenal performance. That has to be said. Really, really good. And let's hope that we can see more of it in the second half as well. And Leeds were claiming a free kick on that first goal, or they're trying to say it's a free kick. I think Lacazette just won the ball. I don't know what they're moaning for. You know what they're like, though. They don't like to give us any credit, do they? The TV don't really like to, do they? But anyway, there's not much you can criticise Arsenal about there. Well, actually, in fact, the Leeds player, Lacazette didn't touch the ball. They showed a replay of it, and actually the Leeds player got the ball and deflected it into the path of Martinelli, and then he did, yeah. Maybe that could have been a foul, but anyway, who cares? Lacazette finished it. Martinelli finished it fantastically well, and you don't really want to rule out goals that good, do you? I mean, that's no good, is it? So, we've certainly deserved that win. The win. I'm getting a bit excited. The lead that we've got, a great lead it is. We just need to, push this advantage home in the second half, and it'll be a good bit of confidence building, won't it? As well, as our away form's been a struggle. We've got some of the worst away form in the league, actually. But anyway, let's see. what happens in the second half. Let's hope it's. Oh, I've just got some news in. Arsenal women's game tomorrow has been postponed, guys. It's been postponed. The Arsenal game's off tomorrow. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Real shame. Arsenal against Brighton women tomorrow has been cancelled due to the ongoing COVID crisis. So I've got a feeling we're not going to see too much football in the next couple of weeks over Christmas. Just got a feeling we're not going to be playing in the Premier League either. That was going to be the last game anyway before Christmas. So that game is now off tomorrow. So Arsenal women against Brighton tomorrow is postponed due to COVID. So that's a shame, isn't it? We are unbeaten in 17 WSL games, and it's going to remain at that for now. But yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? Actually, it's a bit disappointing. So no game for the Arsenal women tomorrow. There'll be no watch-along, unfortunately, for me to do. So we'll have to make the most of the second half now, won't we? Because that's all we're going to get. And in fact, an opportunity for Arsenal to. It could be our last game of the year we're watching at this moment. It could be our last game of 2021 for the men or the women, actually. So we need to enjoy it, and it's certainly been a good first half from Arsenal. So let's get ready for the second half. And Rajendra says great, Arsenal game postponed so they can recover. Yeah, I get that point, and we've looked very tired, actually. And you have to say that it's probably not a bad thing overall when you look how tired we've looked, the number of games that we've had. But it was a game that you'd have felt we could win. Chelsea's game was off. We could have gone 7 points clear at the top of the league, and I think it was an opportunity to have done that, really. So I'm a bit disappointed the game's off, but I suppose it probably is the right decision. Let's be honest about it. So let's hope that everybody's okay and the games can restart again in January, and we can get on with enjoying the football again. Because unfortunately, at the minute, it's not been. There's too much uncertainty going on, isn't there? Shane says do we still have a younger average age team in Leeds? Probably not at the moment, I wouldn't have thought. If you look at their bench, the average age of their bench is probably 17, 18 or whatever, because they've got all teenagers, haven't they? The starting 11, we are probably still younger than their starting 11, probably. And Shane says is the Premier League put on hold? I'm not sure. I haven't heard. I was just checking there. I haven't seen anything to say it definitely has been put on hold. Just that the WSL, I think, has been cancelled tomorrow. There was 3 games off already, and there's only 5 games a week anyway. So they probably thought, let's not play them, and it is probably the right decision. But I can't see. I can't see anything so far to say that that the Premier League's being suspended at the moment. There's nothing I can see. So no, I don't think a decision's been made on that yet. There are still 3 games, isn't there, scheduled to be played tomorrow. I do feel as though if only 1 game goes ahead tomorrow, they might just sort of postpone it all for the time being, perhaps. But no, I can't see anything to say that it's been suspended as yet. So we'd have to say it hasn't been, but it doesn't need the Premier League to call the league off, does it? When all the clubs are just cancelling games anyway. And I say this is the only game today, and there are a few others scheduled for tomorrow. But at the moment, we'll see what's happening there. Let me just see what's happening, if there's any news anywhere to say. Of course, the Aston Villa game against Burnley was called off about an hour before kickoff, wasn't it? I know an Aston Villa fan that was travelling down to that game and made a wasted journey. So what they need to do is they need to think of the fans, and if there's any doubt about the game 48 hours before, they just cancel it, and that's it. You can't leave it to the last minute. That's just ridiculous, and I think that's not fair, is it? It's not fair on the fans. I know the fans don't, when it comes to TV and it comes to the Premier League, the fans don't matter anyway. But ultimately, it should matter. You can't cancel games with an hour to go. When fans have travelled halfway down the country to get to the games, and there's something needs to be done about this, and especially over Christmas. The last thing you want to be doing on Boxing Day, if your team's away from home like we are away at Norwich, is letting Arsenal fans travel down to the game or start making the journey to the game and then call it off. If there's any doubt about any of the games, you've got to call them off 48 hours notice at least. I'd be surprised if this weekend doesn't see it all being cancelled, if I'm totally honest. I just can't see how they can carry on with the situation as it is, with games getting postponed right, left and centre. I mean, tomorrow there are still 3 games due to go ahead. Newcastle at home to Manchester City, Wolves at home to Chelsea, and Tottenham against Liverpool. At the moment, all those games are going ahead, but I think that if 2 more of them get called off tomorrow, I do think that there's going to be a decision to be made. And of course, the government may take that decision anyway. They're supposed to be having a Cobra meeting, aren't they? And new announcements coming. So I think lockdown's definitely coming, and it's going to affect football, of course. Adako says there, Martinelli, please get a hat-trick. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it, to him to get a hat-trick? He certainly deserves it the way he's played in that first half. Shane says there, do you think the games will be played without fans for a couple of weeks? I mean, that's the other thing, but at the minute, it seems to be the problems with the players testing positive and not able to play. So if there's not enough players who can play, then it doesn't matter if there's fans in or not. I've got a feeling there may well be. I do feel we're going to get a lockdown, and I do feel as though there won't be any fans in the games. Whether they decide to postpone the league for a couple of weeks while the lockdown's on, and then come back in the middle of January and try and squeeze all the games in with when fans can be back in the stadium, or whether they might just carry on without fans. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it yet. It's all very, very up in the air, isn't it, at the moment? It's concerning, isn't it? It's a worry because, not just with football, and obviously we love football and we want the football to carry on, of course we do, but, it's just uncertainty in life at the minute, isn't it? At this time of year as well, when everybody wants to be seeing their family and chilling out and enjoying themselves for a week or so, and it may not be able to happen in the way that we want due to all this. And, obviously football's a big part of our lives for everybody, but unfortunately sometimes other things take priority, and it may be the way it is. So we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, let's not worry too much about that for now. Let's just enjoy the second half of this game. The players are back out onto the pitch. Seeing if there's been any changes. I don't think there has. Arsenal are just in the tunnel now. Arteta's still coaching them in the tunnel. You've just had 15 minutes half time, mate. Leave them alone. Let them play. They played well. Let them get on with it. Anyway, the players are coming back out now, led by Lacazette, of course, the captain. Udako in the chat there says, Saka touch actually poor, but can't deny his goal was quite good. We should score 4 or 5, but we took some lazy shots. I go, no, we could have scored a few more, yeah. And I agree. He's kind of took it too far, didn't he? Overran it a little bit, and luckily Lacazette again won it back, and he managed to finish. But anyway, he's got himself a goal, which I'm sure will boost his confidence as well. He's another player, sometimes, maybe like Smith Rowe last year, he didn't score enough goals, and Saka seems to be having that issue this season, doesn't he? He needs a little bit more confidence in front of goal, and I'm sure if he gets that, then he'll be able to go on and, he can easily score 10, 12 goals a season, Bukayo Saka. I think Smith Rowe can as well. And if we can get them two scoring them sort of number of goals, obviously Odegaard's getting a few goals now. Martinelli's firing, isn't he? So suddenly things looking quite good. We're just kicking off the second half. Arsenal in the blue kit, the one that I'm wearing, attacking the goal to our right in this second half. Leeds all in white, of course, attacking the goal to our left. And Arsenal are 3-0 up, as you can see. Great performance there. Dako says, I hope Arteta does not change the defensive football in the second half. We have the momentum. Exactly. We're coming forward again early on. Martinelli again down that far side. Arsenal won a corner straight away at the start of this second half. So maybe he's not going to be too defensive in the second half. I mean, we need to manage the game. We can't leave ourselves open and let Leeds get a goal back, and, anything can happen. We came back from 3-0 down against West Ham last season, didn't we? So I think that we don't want to do anything silly, do we? But ultimately, we want to see some good football. So corner comes in towards Gabriel again, tries to get on the end of it, but Leeds do manage to scramble it away. And again, Arsenal win it back. That's poor play from Leeds. Martinelli on that far side, drills it across the 6-yard box. Defended at the near post by Luke Ayling. And it's going to be another corner to Arsenal, who've actually started the second half really on the front foot. Leeds are struggling at the moment to keep us out. Empress 29 in the chat. When I looked at all the cancelled matches, I was weary about this one. and late cancellation that, as you said, wasting fans' time. And yeah, they can't allow it to happen anymore, can they? The games have got to be called off at a reasonable time. And Adako says Xhaka looks better than Partey today. He's looked better than Partey since he came back in the team, if I'm honest. But Partey's doing better, isn't he, actually, the last few games? So we need to give him credit for that. Another corner for Arsenal. A strange one is towards the penalty spot. Gabriel again with a header. But Leeds still don't get it away. Shot on a turns deflected. Hits a Leeds defender. I think it was Kieran Tierney actually with a shot. Or was it Xhaka? Hit a Leeds defender. And Leeds have scrambled it away. Ramsdale has now got the ball. Who's been a larger spectator for most of this game, actually. He should have given me his ticket, shouldn't he? I could have been there to watch this. But anyway, that's in the past. Tomiyasu now has got a throw for Arsenal on this near side, midway inside the Leeds half. It is Leeds 0, Arsenal 3. Fully deserved lead for Arsenal as well. Should be even more, let's be honest. Saka now in a central position, flicks the ball onto Lacazette. He'll be desperate for a goal. Lacazette, he's missed a couple of good chances in this game. Odegaard on the edge of the penalty area. Leeds do scramble it away. Xhaka then does a nutmeg on Rafinha. That was a nice little moment there. I don't know if he meant it, but anyway, Martinelli tried to get clear down that left-hand side, but Damage manages to clear the ball away. It's gone off Martinelli, and it will be a throw to Leeds over on that far side. Leeds 0, Arsenal 3. Leeds are going to be looking to try to restore some pride. Maybe they're probably not going to be able to get anything from this game. Well, you'd hope not. But for me, it's about seeing how Arsenal approach this second half. Are we going to be defensive? Saka is going to get himself a silly booking. Is he? Leeds had a free kick. Saka was standing in front of it to stop him taking it quickly. Of course, Jimenez got sent off for that at Manchester City, didn't he, last week? Second yellow card, but Andre Man is just having a word with Granit Xhaka. I don't think he is going to book him. Xhaka's pleading his innocence, but he was standing in the way of that free kick. He was nowhere near 10 yards away. He was maybe fortunate not to get a yellow card there. Anyway, there's just been a foul over on that far side. Rafinha's gone down, clutching his ankle. Granit Xhaka appears to have been the player challenging him. He maybe will get his yellow card now. But it was Granit Xhaka. Oh, he stood on his ankle, actually. Oh, that probably will be a yellow card now. He just got away with not getting a yellow card. And he did stand on Rafinha's ankle there, stamped down on his ankle a little bit. I mean, you've seen red cards given for that. I don't think it's going to be a red card. In fact, it might even be a yellow card. But anyway, Rafinha is still down. I don't know if the referee's given a yellow card or not to Granit Xhaka. Is he about to now? Some of the Leeds players are speaking to the referee. Rafinha still down. Adako says Leeds really look down at the moment. Yeah, they do. Yeah, we need to take advantage. Hope for 5-0 at least. Yeah, they do look down, Leeds. You've got to say that they've got a lot of injury problems as well. And, you know, maybe you can take that into account. But yeah, it's a tough day, isn't it? Very tough day. Adako says Xhaka stopped doing silly things like Jimenez for Wolves. Yeah, it was exactly the same, wasn't it? And the referee, again, isn't booking Granit Xhaka. He's had 2 opportunities to perhaps give him a booking in the last 2 minutes, and he hasn't. So well done, referee Andre Mariner. Rafinha is getting treatment on the side of the pitch. Bielsa doesn't look very happy, but he hasn't looked very happy all game. You can't blame him for not looking happy. It's been a tough game for Leeds. It's a tough moment for them. They've conceded 10 goals in the last game and a half. And Shane says they're a lucky boy. I think he's lucky not to get a yellow card, to be honest. I didn't really think that was a red card challenge, was it? He wasn't over the top of the ball. He just got there a fraction late, and you know he's obviously caught his ankle. And you have seen red cards given for that. I don't think that's a red card, if I'm honest. But it should have been a yellow card, without a shadow of a doubt. And would he have done that if he'd got a yellow card for the free kick incident seconds before? Probably not. So, but anyway, he's got away with both of those without getting a yellow card. So we need to be grateful for that, I suppose, because you know what he's like. He's always likely to get a yellow card, isn't he? Rajendra says that they can't give a yellow because of VAR. No, but I mean, the referee should have given a yellow in the first place, shouldn't he? I don't think you needed VAR to see that was a yellow card challenge, really. But he didn't. And I was like, yeah, I agree. You can't then go back and give a yellow card for it. It's only red cards, isn't it, if you've given a yellow? But he should have maybe booked him. But I'm glad he hasn't. Anyway, now we're coming forward again with Bukayo Saka, but he's lost the ball. I don't think Bukayo Saka had a great game today, if I'm honest. But anyway, doesn't matter. He has got a goal. We are 3-0 up. It's not been his best game. But anyway, Leeds now coming forward on this near side with Gelhardt, who's working hard, the youngster. But Saka does good defensive work, actually. And then there's a tackle there on Gelhardt on Tomiyasu. The Arsenal players are now protesting. The referee has got a yellow card in his hand for this one. I think Gelhardt is going to get a yellow card. Koch is complaining about the one that Xhaka just got away with. And the referee is going to be booking at the Leeds striker, the young Leeds striker, Gelhardt. Joe Gelhardt's got a yellow card for that. You have to say that is a little bit harsh when Xhaka just got away with a tackle that may well be worse. We'll see it here. Oh, that's not even as bad. That is not even as bad, actually. You've got to be honest and say that tackle by Gelhardt is nowhere near as bad as Xhaka's one. Maybe slightly more aggressive in nature, perhaps, maybe is the reason. But no, it's not. They just showed the Xhaka one as well. To be honest, I'm amazed. If one's a yellow card, they're both yellow cards. So, I don't think that should have been a yellow card, really, for Gelhardt. But anyway, it's been given as that. Strange refereeing, gone in our favour. Andre Mariner there doing us a bit of a favour, perhaps, because you see it's the inconsistency, though, isn't it, with referees? They're both the same kind of a challenge. They're either both a yellow card or they're not, and you can't give a yellow card for one and not for the other. And although it's gone in our favour, you've got to say that that's strange refereeing, and that's the inconsistencies that cause problems and why fans get the ump and why players get the ump, because that's inconsistent refereeing, isn't it? I don't know how he's come to those decisions there. Honestly, I don't. I'm shocked. Having let Granit Xhaka off, he cannot then book that Leeds player Gelhardt for exactly the same sort of challenge. He just can't do it. But he has done anyway. But that just sums up referees for me. Deco says I don't like we start being cocky, I think you mean, and concentrate on the game. Yeah, exactly. That's what we should be doing. Xhaka played the ball. Gelhardt missed the ball. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very similar, isn't it? Did Xhaka play the ball? He did catch his ankle. I mean, I don't know. I think that they're too similar not to be given the same decisions. I think if Granit Xhaka gets off, then I think that hang on, Martinelli's in for his hat trick. Is he goalkeeper out? Well, again, Meslier gets there first. Looked like Martinelli was going to be in for his third goal, but the goalkeeper came out well. Kill says they're nice playing so far. Can't wait to bank the 3 points again. Yeah, exactly. And that looks like what's going to happen. The second half's become very scrappy. Lee's trying a shot there from distance. It's gone harmlessly wide of the post. And I think is that Roberts again? It is Roberts again. No, that's not. That was Rafinha, sorry. Of course, Roberts did have a bit of an injury problem in that first half. But anyway, it is Leeds 0, Arsenal 3. 54 minutes played in this game. Very scrappy second half, as I said. The first half was quite open end to end. A lot of good play from Arsenal, a lot of chances, and Leeds really struggling. And the second half's been more of a succession of free kicks and fouls, and not really much happening at either end of the pitch in terms of goal action. But anyway, let's see. The best opportunity, almost an opportunity, was Martinelli. They almost looked to get in again, but the goalkeeper Meslier was out quickly and denied him the opportunity for his hat trick. Would be nice if he could get that hat trick, wouldn't it? Young Martinelli would be fantastic. But we'll see what happens. He's still got plenty of time. We've not even played 10 minutes of the second half yet. So he's got plenty of time, doesn't he, to get his hat trick. And I'm sure if he does, I'm sure Arteta will take him off, probably give him a rest and maybe give Nicolas Pepe a run, perhaps. But anyway, Leeds coming forward down that far side. Can we keep another clean sheet? Kieran Tierney defends well. And now Arsenal can maybe try and launch a counter-attack. But that was a loose touch there from Lacazette. He was stretching a little bit, to be fair to him. And Leeds have now picked up possession again. Luke Ayling coming forward for Leeds. He's only scored one goal for Leeds in his career. That was on the opening day of this season, actually, away at Manchester United. Leeds coming forward again. This is a bit of movement across the 6-yard box. No Leeds player was there to finish it off. That's Leeds' best moment in this second half. Tomiyasu now battling with Gelhardt, who's on that yellow card, of course. Tomiyasu now steaming forward down his right-hand side, and then he's fouled. Exciting burst that was there from Tomiyasu. Brilliant stuff from the Japanese right-back for Arsenal. But that was one of Leeds' best moments, actually. No one attacking the edge of the 6-yard box where they would have had a tap-in. Good ball across the box, actually, from Dallas, I think it was. But nobody there to finish it off. And Arsenal now have a free kick. Tomiyasu there with that great burst down this near side, Arsenal's right. And then he was fouled. Good play again from Tomiyasu. I thought he had a bit of a quiet first half. Not really his fault. Leeds didn't really attack down that side, and every time we went forward, it was Bukayo Saka getting the ball. So he wasn't really involved too much actually in the first half. But he's certainly been contributing to the second half, and he's been solid again. That's a long ball over the top of that free kick, looking for Bukayo Saka, but he's going to go out for a throw to Leeds. But brilliant play that was from Tomiyasu. Just got his head down, ran past the Leeds defender, who then pulled him back. Dallas it was, and Dallas is now actually struggling with an injury himself. So we'll see what happens there. He's now getting some treatment just off the pitch, Dallas, with looks like an injury to his side. Shane says there, Tomiyasu for captain. We've been crying out for him for years. Love him. He's brilliant. No, he is brilliant, isn't he? I love the way he plays the game, his attitude and everything. He's just fantastic, isn't he? And I've never heard of him really before we were going to sign him, and I didn't really know what to expect from him. So the fact he's done so well and he's played so well and settled in so quickly has been brilliant. And yeah, he's got a great attitude. Is he ready to be captain yet? Maybe not quite, I don't think. But he's certainly a great player. I personally would like to see Gabriel as captain, if I'm totally honest. I like central defenders as captain, and I think Gabriel's our best defender. And I would like to see him maybe given the job permanently, perhaps at the end of the season if Lacazette moves on. Bielsa now is looking a bit concerned with that injury to Stuart Dallas, but I don't know if he's back on the pitch, is he? Anyway, Arsenal in possession now with Thomas Partey. Oh, that's a loose ball actually from Thomas Partey, giving it straight to Rafinha. That's a dangerous thing to do, and suddenly Leeds can come forward down this near side with Gelhardt. Plays it in towards the penalty. A good defensive header that was there from Gabriel. I was just talking about there, but Leeds still in possession. The edge of the box. Shot comes in over the top of the crossbar from Roberts that time. Tyler Roberts with the effort there for Leeds. Flies high over the crossbar and away to save him. Dallas is back on the pitch for Leeds, actually. Still not moving particularly freely. And they do have a lot of injury problems, Leeds. And you've got to feel a little bit sorry for them, I have to say. I certainly don't want Leeds to get relegated. I think they're a big club. Yes, but they've been a rival of ours historically, haven't they, in their 70s and 60s and 70s and stuff like that. But they are a big club. They've got a great fan base, and you don't want to see a club like that get relegated, really, do you, again? And I'm sure they'll be saved. I think there's a lot worse teams in there, and I'm sure when they get players back fit again, they'll be fine. And they've certainly given it a go in the second half, to be fair to them. They've battled hard in the second half, and they've probably played better in the second half than the first half. I think we've maybe set off a little bit with the game seemingly won. But anyway, coming forward again, Roberts finds Damac down his near side. The cross comes in, but easily cleared away. Sorry, it was Somerville actually, not Damac. Leeds have won it back again. Now Arsenal got a little bit sloppy in the second half. We've just coming up to the hour play. That's a long ball over the top, which Ramsdale will just comfortably take. That was Rafinha with that ball. Actually, no, Rafinha was trying to get on the end of it, sorry. Thomas Partey now gets that ball from Ramsdale, plays it out to the far side to Kieran Tierney, plays it into Granit Xhaka, who had a mad 5 minutes, didn't he, a while ago at the start of the second half, but hopefully he's calmed down a bit now. And Arsenal have got a throw, which Kieran Tierney is going to take over on that far side. Martinelli looking to make a movement there to try and get the ball. Kieran Tierney throws out the line for Martinelli to chase. He's not going to get there. And it's just put out for another throw to Arsenal about 25 yards further up the pitch. This is just about in line with the edge of the Newcastle Leeds penalty area. And Arsenal are looking to try and get a fourth goal. It could match our biggest away win in the Premier League under Mikel Arteta, which was, of course, last Christmas, that 4-0 win at West Brom. That was a good performance that night in the snow. This is in the fog. Lacazette now for Arsenal, plays a little ball forward to Thomas Partey, plays it back to Granit Xhaka. Now he finds Tomiyasu. It's a good ball into Saka. Saka was trying to look for Granit Xhaka. It wasn't a great ball, and now Leeds can maybe launch a counter-attack of their own with Klitsch, who runs into trouble a little bit, but Leeds do pick the ball up again down at the far side. Are Leeds going to get an opportunity? It's Damac with the cross to the far post. Maybe that should have been an opportunity to shoot, actually, by Somerville, but instead Leeds are keeping possession with Rafinha now. He tried to thread the ball through, and in the end Arsenal managed to clear it away. Lacazette now in possession for Arsenal. And Thomas Partey does well, skips around the challenge, finds Granit Xhaka. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him down that far side. Kieran Tierney for Arsenal plays it into Saka, who's now come over to the left-hand side, actually. And he finds Kieran Tierney again, right over on that far touchline. And in the end, Leeds do scramble it out for a throw to Arsenal on that far side. Leeds again complaining that maybe things didn't go their way. Thought that was a foul. The referee looked like he was going to give it, but maybe Leeds did have possession and they didn't make the most of it, actually. So fair play to the referee. I think he did play the advantage. And then rather than calling it back for the free kick, he said Leeds on the bottom. Now Arsenal actually on the attack over on that far side. Martinelli inside the penalty is very wide. And in fact, he's offside. And he just kicks it out. And that's going to be the end of that attack for Arsenal. We've played 62 minutes at Ellen Road. Leeds United 0. Arsenal 3, those 3 first half goals, 2 for Martinelli and 1 for Bukayo Saka. Tomiyasu has now gone down. I don't know if that's an effect from that earlier challenge on him by Dallas. And in fact, he may not be able to finish this game because Cedric Suarez is about to come on. Cedric Suarez hasn't played, has he, for ages? I don't know, I can't remember last time Cedric Suarez had a game, probably before Tomiyasu joined. Tomiyasu's played every game, hasn't he? But he may not be able to finish this game, Tomiyasu. He's looks like is it a knee injury or the back of his knee, his calf possibly. They're just showing the goals again. The first goal for Martinelli, a good finish that was with his right foot into the top corner. The second goal, Xhaka put him in, and he got clear and he dinked it over the goalkeeper again with his right foot. 2 lovely goals, and then they're just showing Saka's goal again where the ball almost ran away from him, but he got it back again. Cut back inside and then got it on, switched onto his left foot. It got deflected and that made it 3-0 before half time. I'll say maybe not Saka's best game. Tomiyasu has now gone off, limped off Tomiyasu, and Cedric Suarez has come on. The backup right back. He's not played for a while. Let's hope he's not too rusty. And let's hope Tomiyasu's okay. They may be taking him off, maybe as a precaution. I think it was that challenge on him by Dallas actually just about 5-10 minutes ago. And it looks like a calf injury, maybe. Shane in the chat there says, Chambers, I can't see him with us next season. No, I think there's a few players that won't be with us next season. Actually, Rob Holding as well, he hardly plays. That cross comes in from the far side by Leeds, but Ramsdale catches that without too many problems. And there's a bit of squaring up there between Rafinha and Ben White. Don't know what happened there. Ben White is smiling. He's got a very baby face, Ben White, hasn't he? It doesn't look like he'd hurt anybody. Not quite sure what that was all about. Anyway, the 2 squared up inside the Arsenal 6-yard box. But anyway, Ramsdale now plays the ball up to the near side. Cedric Suarez gets his first touch. It's a bit of a loose touch, actually. And now Leeds can come forward and Cedric Suarez is miles out of position. This is the space where Leeds are attacking. It's Somerville. Oh, but that was a poor ball. Air 100 there says, is AMN not on the bench? No, he's not. Actually, he said I feel better with him at right back. Yeah, possibly. No, he's not on the bench. I don't know if he's got an injury or whether he's one of the couple of COVID cases I think we had. I'm not sure, but no, he's not on the bench actually, Maitland-Niles, which is a shame, isn't it? Because I agree he would have been good. So anyway, it is Cedric Suarez that's come on at right back, and it was a loose touch there actually, and then he was out of position, and luckily for us, young Somerville there couldn't make the most of that actually. And now Arsenal coming forward themselves. Martinelli on the edge of the penalty. He's going to get his hat-trick. He's inside the penalty. Martinelli. Oh, the shot was blocked. He's going to go out for a corner. Is it? No, it isn't. Well defended by the defence. I think he may have been offside anyway. Oh, no, it's handball. The referee's given that handball. Martinelli there looking to get through. He's going to desperate for that hat-trick, isn't he? He's desperate for it. And he deserves it as well. He's had a great performance. But he was offside there. He was offside in the one just before as well. Air 100 says there, Cedric looks lost most games. No, he does. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for him, the fact that he's not playing regularly. To come into the Premier League, to have to come in halfway through a game as well, it's difficult. And he's going to struggle a little bit, and it's not surprising. And I've been saying this for a few weeks, actually, that while, you know, we're playing well and that the team needs to grow together, you can't expect to play with 11 players. You've got to use your squad. They need to be playing minutes on the pitch because when they're needed, they need to be ready. And the problem is when you're not playing regularly, you're going to look rusty, aren't you? And we've got a few players like that, haven't we? Because they're not getting enough minutes, are they? Because it's the same starting 11 every week. But anyway, he's had to play now. Let's hope he does okay. But there's a ball played in towards the penalty area. Ben White is tangling there with Somerville, but the ball does go through to Aaron Ramsdale. Saka now on this near side for Arsenal. Arsenal haven't really got going in the second half in an attacking sense. The game's become scrappy, but ultimately the job is pretty much done. Let's be honest. 66.5 minutes played. Arsenal are 3-0 up here at Ellen Road, a ground we've not lost on for over 21 years. So it's looking like we're going to extend that even further now. Granit Xhaka's got the run of the midfield, plays the ball to this near side to Bukayo Saka, scorer of the Arsenal's third goal. Cuts inside again, very similar position to when he got the goal from. Now it comes to Odegaard on the edge of the penalty. Maybe Odegaard should have shot. Saka does shoot. It's deflected again off a Leeds United defender, but it comes out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. Saka again plays it back to Kieran Tierney, but he's just blocked by Rafinha. But Saka again picks it up. Saka on the edge of the penalty area. It's the last play from Arsenal. Saka again across the goal. Not quite able to find that far corner. Saka looking to get his second of the match and Arsenal's fourth. He was involved heavily in that move, Saka, actually 3 or 4 times. He played it in to Martinelli, a lovely ball back to him. He tried to go across the goalkeeper on his left side, his favoured side, actually. He beat the keeper there, Meslier's outstretched leg, but it went past the far post. And Saka was unable to add to his tally for the day. And it remains at 3-0. That was much better from Saka. He popped up over on that left-hand side. I say he cut in from the right first of all, similar position to how he scored his goal. And the ball did break to him again. Lovely little 1-2 with Martinelli, but the fight there this time. And Leeds survived. Shane says there, I would like if we swapped our wingers more, mix it up. Yeah, I mean, we can do. Obviously, Saka's comfortable on the left, isn't he? I'm not sure if Martinelli's quite as comfortable on the right as he is playing from the left, cutting onto his right foot, actually. But anyway, I won't really change too much at the moment, really. Let Martinelli get his hat-trick and then maybe give him a rest and perhaps get Pepe on or Eddie Nketiah or somebody. But anyway, let's see how this last 22 minutes or so pans out. Saka again in possession, finds Cedric Suarez, who's closed down quickly and plays the ball back to Ben White. And he goes back to Aaron Ramsdale. And he plays it out to Gabriel. Arsenal just trying to get a little bit of possession in the second half. So we haven't really got going yet. It's been very scrappy the second half. But Ramsdale goes long, looking for the runner. Bukayo Saka, who's won the header onto Lacazette. But Lacazette there tries to pirouette and he has the ball taken off him. And now Leeds can come forward himself, playing the sweeper keeper role and kicking it out for a throw to Leeds to deny them any opportunity. He's going to want another clean sheet, isn't he, Aaron Ramsdale? He's already got a lot in his Arsenal career so far. And he's looking set to get another one. He's not really had a save to make in this game, has he? So it's been a solid Arsenal performance in the second half. It was exciting in the first half. It's been more solid in the second half as opposed to offering much goal threat. But we're coming forward now with Granit Xhaka in midfield. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him and he finds him with a good ball into the Scotsman's path. He plays it back actually to Gabriel. The momentum's gone out of this attack a little bit now. But Gabriel strides forward, plays a little ball in looking for Lacazette, but it's a poor ball. And now Leeds will look for a counter-attack, but Granit Xhaka steps in, does well initially. Maybe thought about going through the player, but maybe thought better of it. And Leeds do now gain possession again. Ball played out to that far side to Rafinha, who has been head and shoulders Leeds' best player today. But unfortunately for him and for Leeds, he hasn't really been able to offer much threat. There was that one opening in the first half, and that was it. Somerville now plays it up the line. Somerville gets it back, the substitute for Leeds, twisting and turning on the edge of the penalty area. Looks as though he was trying to get a shot away, but he was crowded out there by 3 or 4 Arsenal bodies. But they still kept possession. Leeds now inside the penalty area, but good play that was from Thomas Partey. Wins the ball and now strides forward. This is a sort of midfield play we want to see more of from Thomas Partey in an Arsenal shirt. Granit Xhaka now goes back to... that was Kieran Tierney, played it back to Granit Xhaka, now to Cedric Suarez on this near side. Arsenal's substitute, of course, had to replace Tomiyasu, picked up an injury in this second half. I think it's the first game he's not completed since he came into the team. for the game against Norwich. Oh, a little flick there from Ødegaard. Almost found Martinelli over on that far side, but Leeds defender did get in the way. Granit Xhaka now plays it up the line to Kieran Tierney. Plays it inside to Martin Ødegaard. But again, it's deflected off a Leeds defender and Leeds can bring the ball away. But Lacazette wins it back unfairly, says the referee. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds. It was a foul there on Adam Forshaw by Lacazette as Leeds look to try and launch a counter-attack. So we've got, just under 20 minutes to play here at Ellen Road. Leeds 0, Arsenal 3. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We do watch along with full match commentary for the men and the women. Got a lot of live shows as well, match previews, loads of stuff. So please consider subscribing and give this a like as well if you are enjoying it. Ramsdale's just had to make a comfortable save from Tyler Roberts. Fairly comfortable save it was. And it is Smith Rowe time. He is just getting his kit on to come on. Emil Smith Rowe, top goal scorer in the Premier League this season. Surprisingly, maybe that might sound, but he is 6 goals he's got in the Premier League. He'll be looking to he did come off the bench, of course, on Wednesday night against West Ham and got himself a goal, didn't he? So let's see if he can do the same again. He is about to come on. Not sure who's going to be coming off at this stage. We'll have to see who's going to be taken off. Maybe Bukayo Saka, perhaps, who's not at his best game, I don't think. But anyway, he's coming forward with Stuart Dallas on his near side towards the edge of the penalty. And Thomas Partey holds him up. It finds Somerville. That's a good ball, actually, to inside the penalty to Gelhardt. He could lay it back off to Somerville if he chooses to. He has done. Now, can he get a cross in? It's played into the penalty. And this is good from Leeds. Gelhardt's in the 6-yard box. Oh, he's brought down there. Sliding tackle from Ben White. It's going to be a penalty to Leeds. Not quite sure what Ben White was doing there. Gelhardt looked it's a tight angle. I don't think he could have really got a shot in. Ben White slid in. No need to there. Just stay on your feet. It is a penalty to Leeds. And it's the first penalty I think we've conceded this season. It was a good play from Leeds, actually. Gelhardt just went round and Ben White went to ground. Clear decision for the referee. I don't know what Ramsdale's clapping him for. He didn't need to slide in there, did he? Silly challenge from Ben White. We've got a JR in the chat that says, absolutely fantastic result, guys. Arsenal for life. Well, we haven't won it yet. Leeds have got a penalty now. Let's hope that isn't the turning point of this game. There's 17 minutes to play. It's going to be Rafinha from the spot for Leeds. Let's see if he can pull a goal back for Leeds. He has been their best player. He is their top scorer. Scored a few penalties this season. Let's see what Ramsdale's like. We've missed all our 3 penalties this season. Is Ramsdale going to save his first penalty he's had to face in an Arsenal shirt? Rafinha against Ramsdale to give Leeds something from this game. It looks like it'll only be a consolation, but there is still, just over 15 minutes to play. So we'll see here. Could be a big moment, this. Can Ramsdale save his first Arsenal penalty? Rafinha it is from the spot. Puts it into the top corner. That's a good penalty. There's no saving that, actually. Good finish that was there from Rafinha from the spot. Leeds have got a lifeline. May well have come too late for him, if we're totally honest. It's a good penalty there into the top left-hand corner as we look. There's no saving that. No goal in the world saving that penalty. That's a great penalty, actually. That's how you take a penalty. As much as it pains me to say it, that was sort of Harry Kane-like into the other top corner to where Harry Kane normally puts it, but right into that top corner. A good penalty from Rafinha. And that's the 3rd goal out of the 4 in this game that's been scored by a Brazilian. I say very un-Brazilian-like weather, but it is now 3-1. We've got 15 minutes to play. And Leeds have got a lifeline, have they? And they're going to be making a substitution as well as we talk. Number 42 is coming on, who is Sam Greenwood. He's about to come on for Leeds. But anyway, Leeds just clear the ball away. We've got to keep our heads now, because what we don't want to do is give another goal away. And that will really give Leeds something to fight for. They're coming forward again. That's a good ball pinged across from left to right. But Arsenal do deal with that. It was a good header from Kieran Tierney. But he's coming forward again looking for Rafinha. He's been their outlet, hasn't he, today? He's played well, the Brazilian, for Leeds. Shane says if Ben White has silly mistake in him, these are the games that you'd want him to make them. Well, you say that, but suddenly it's given Leeds a lift. They've got a bit of space now over on that far side. Leeds, and it's on the edge of the penalty area now. Shot comes in. It was deflected there. It was Roberts again with the effort, a weak effort, actually, and Arsenal managed to deal with that. Now we've got a chance of a counter-attack. Martinelli, is he going to get his hat-trick? He's got Saka outside him. Martinelli wants to go himself. Plays the ball the other way instead, looking for Lacazette, but Leeds' defence got back. Suddenly it's become end-to-end again like it was in the first half. It's exciting stuff. It really is. It's been a good game to watch this, actually, overall. It was scrappy a bit at the start of the second half, but there's certainly been a lot of goal manufacturing at both ends. We've had 4 goals as well. And I said at the beginning when in the first 10 minutes or so there were going to be goals in this game. There has been 4 goals, and there's still time for more. And this next goal could be quite important as well. If Leeds do get a second, then who knows? We could have a few nervy moments. Rafinha now on the ball over on that far side. If they're going to get a goal, you'd imagine he's going to be involved somewhere along the line. He did just score that penalty. He's still coming forward over on that far side. A cross comes in. A shot comes in there just on the edge of the 6-yard box. It was Somerville there, threw himself at that cross. Couldn't keep it down. And suddenly Leeds have got a lift from this penalty that they just was given by Ben White, which Rafinha scored. A good cross, actually. And it was a flying effort there from Somerville. Couldn't keep it down. But suddenly Leeds are looking a little bit more dangerous. Smith Rowe is now going to come on for Arsenal. They were going to bring him on before the penalty, actually, but they didn't get a chance to. It is Saka that's going off. I had a feeling it might have been. He hasn't had his greatest game, Saka, but he worked hard. He did get himself a goal, and that goal could prove crucial now. Smith Rowe is coming on, of course, our player of the moment, probably our player of the season, actually, or certainly one of our players of the season. Leeds are also making their second substitution. Klitsch is coming off, and it's going to be Sam Greenwood coming on for Leeds with 12 or 30 minutes to play. And let's see what's going to happen in this game. At the moment, Arsenal still look in control, but we are maybe 1 goal, 1 mistake away from giving Leeds a real opportunity to get back into this game. So Sam Greenwood's come on for Leeds, another young player off the bench for them. You have to say they've stuck at their task today with this young team, injury hit side, and they've certainly got their tails up at the moment since the penalty. And Arsenal have just got to ride this out for 5 minutes and then regain our composure and get back in control, because it would be an absolute disaster if we didn't win this game 3-0 up with 15 minutes to play. That would be a capitulation of epic proportions. But you can't see us necessarily doing that, or you can't see Leeds getting back into it. You can't see us being that poor. That's going to happen. But they've certainly got their tails up, Leeds, at the moment. They sense maybe something's going to happen. Lacazette's just gone down, clutching his head. I'm not quite sure what happened there, actually. He's back on his feet again. It's going to probably be a drop ball. I don't think the ref gave a free kick, actually. But anyway, Lacazette is back. Oh, he has given a free kick. It's going to be Ben White to take this free kick about 5 yards inside the Arsenal half. In fact, Ben White isn't going to take it. I think he's going to leave it to Cedric Suarez, the Arsenal substitute, the first Arsenal substitute. Smith Rowe has since come on as well just a few moments ago. Top Premier League goal scorer Martinelli there on that far side. The ball just runs away. Sorry, it's Kieran Tierney actually on that far side. The ball just ran away from him there. Gabriel got the header in there. But Leeds have picked up possession again. They've given it a good go in the second half, Leeds, and so you've got to give them credit for that. But an Arsenal player's actually down at the moment, and the play is going to be stopped. It's Martin Odegaard again. He's holding the back of his head. But the play's had to be stopped so Odegaard can get some treatment. Was it in that challenge there? He did get a push in the back. I'm not quite sure he hit his head. It looked more like he hit his back there. It was Adam Forshaw with the challenge. Bit of gamesmanship maybe there from Odegaard. It looked like he'd got an elbow in the back as opposed to the back of the head. But anyway, he's currently getting treatment on the pitch. It is going to probably be a drop ball because it wasn't a free kick given. And it gives the opportunity for Arteta to have a little tactical discussion on the side here with Martinelli and Cedric. And Ali's going to make another substitution. It looks like it's McCarram's coming on. And it's Somerville who was the first half substitute has gone off, actually. And it's McCarran who's coming on. Liam McCarran, another young player, Scotsman, coming on for Leeds. young player. I believe it might well be his Premier League debut for Leeds as well. It just shows the problems that they've got. They've made all 3 substitutions now, Leeds, and 3 young players have come on, and one of them has gone back off again. Young Somerville, the Dutch youngster. But anyway, it is McCarran has come on, and we're into the last 10 minutes now. And if Leeds are going to stay something dramatic, they're going to have to get their second goal very, very soon. They're coming forward now down that far side. It is the Leeds substitute Greenwood there, but Gabriel defends it well, sees it out, and it is going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. I wouldn't exactly say we're hanging on, because we're not. We are 3-1 ahead. But it's certainly not been as convincing this second half performance. And once again, we've maybe not really pushed on when we've got an advantage away from home. This is looking like it's going to be enough to get us to 3 points. So, but we'll see what happens in these final 8 minutes plus stoppage time. Leeds United 1, Arsenal 3. It's been a difficult game for Leeds, but they've certainly given themselves a little bit of a lifeline with that penalty. They're stupidly given away from Ben White, has to be said. Leeds again have picked up possession, and now they're looking to get Rafinha away again down that far side, but Gabriel's across. But it's going to be a throw to Leeds again. Gabriel there came across to cover, and Leeds have got a throw just about 5 yards inside the Arsenal half over on the far side. They've taken it quickly. They are still in possession, but deep inside their own half. In fact, it's gone back to Meslier. Made a few crucial saves for Leeds in that first half, and if they do end up getting something out of this game, surprisingly, then it would be down to him as much as anything else. But Leeds now looking to try and get something back in these closing stages. It is still 3-1 to Arsenal, and let's hope that we don't do anything silly and that we can see out the game and get the 3 points, which would be massively important for us going into Christmas, wouldn't it? And I'll say there's still uncertainty whether this may well be the last game that we see in 2021, perhaps. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see for that. The important thing is that we do end it on a high, end it with the victory. And we are still in control of this game. Smith Rowe has picked the ball up for Arsenal. We could have a counter-attack here. We've got Martin Odegaard. Martinelli is clean through. Smith Rowe's in, and Smith Rowe scored. That seals it. He's only been on the pitch about 2 minutes. Brilliant finish from Emil Smith Rowe. We said he's our top goal scorer. He keeps getting left out of the team at the minute. He's not in the side since his injury in the starting lineup. He's just scored a great goal. The Leeds stewards are pushing the players away from the Arsenal fans. Seems a little bit harsh. Great goal. It was Smith Rowe started that move, actually. He won the ball. It was then Odegaard came forward. A lovely ball through to Smith Rowe. He was onside. First time finish. Bang. Into the net again. Brilliant stuff from Arsenal. Regenda there says goal, ESR and 4-1. All of those things are very, very true. Odegaard again with a ball through. Lovely finish from Smith Rowe. Absolutely brilliant goal. And that makes it 4-1. That seals it. Brilliant stuff there. That does seal the game for Arsenal, and it is 4-1. And Nuno Tavares has just come on as well. He has replaced Martin Odegaard. Again, did a good game for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard, you have to say, he's been a big influence on a couple of the goals, especially, and it is 4-1. And surely Arsenal are now going to be sitting in the top 4 at Christmas, which is nice. First time we've been in the top 4 at Christmas for a while, isn't it? And Smith Rowe just can't stop scoring at the minute, can he? He doesn't even need to be on the pitch very long. And he gets a goal, increases his lead at the top of the goal scoring lead for the table for Arsenal in the Premier League with 7. In fact, he's a top scorer in all competitions now, isn't he? I mean, he's got 8 goals so far. Brilliant return from him. It's going to be a yellow card given to Granit Xhaka, I believe, for time wasting. He got away with 2 opportunities to get a yellow card earlier in the game. He now has got 1 for time wasting now. Anyway, the ball was played through there, but Luke Ayling has picked it up. I still think Arsenal want Martinelli to get his hat-trick. There is still time, 5 minutes or so to play, plus stoppage time. Martinelli now. Lacazette's going to get that. Is he or is Meslier going to get there first? The Leeds goalkeeper's out. He's let in 4 goals, but he's had a good game, the Leeds goalkeeper, you have to say. Rajendra says there, Xhaka's customary yellow card. Yeah, he's had 2 or 3 opportunities to get one, and he has finally got it with 5 minutes to go. Of course, we did play with 10 men, didn't we, in his fixture last year when Nicolas Pepe got sent off. That game finished 0-0. This one is 4-1 to Arsenal, and still time for more goals. Oh, it's been a clash off the ball there. Lacazette's gone down holding his face after a clash with a Leeds player there. Didn't see what happened there, but Lacazette is currently down, clutching his face. Not quite sure what's happened there, actually. I think it might be Forshaw, the Leeds player involved. Lacazette pushed him, and then Forshaw pushed him back. There's not too much in that, really. Oh, it was Klitsch, actually. Sorry, it wasn't Forshaw, it was Klitsch. Reacted to that push by Lacazette. And they're back involved again, the 2 of them. But anyway, Lacazette now picks up the ball for Arsenal, finds Martinelli. Martinelli gets fouled there right in front of the Arsenal fans on this near side. Again, it's Klitsch, and the referee's reaching for his pocket. And it's going to be a yellow card for Klitsch, who seems very wound up, actually. He just had a bit of a push with Lacazette. He's now pushed Martinelli over, picked up a yellow card there, a little bit silly there from the German. But anyway, it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal over on that near side, just in front of the travelling fans who are in good voice, as you'd expect. 4-1 away, with our biggest away win of the season by quite some margin, actually, has to be said. We've had 12 shots on target, 20 attempts on goal. It's been a dominant Arsenal performance, and now we've got a free kick on this near side, which Cedric Suarez is going to take. Arsenal looking for a 5th goal. Martinelli, of course, still looking for that hat-trick. Be his first Arsenal hat-trick if he can get it. Free kick comes into the edge of the box. It's flicked on by Granit Xhaka. Shot comes in from Gabriel, but it's looped wide on the volley there from Gabriel. And we've got Jack in the chat there. Hi, how you doing, Jack? Thanks for tuning in, mate. Hope you're well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give it a like as well. That would be much appreciated. We have now got, 90 seconds of normal time remaining, plus whatever stoppages the referee decides to add on. There'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes, I would have thought. Maybe 3, perhaps. There hasn't been. Actually, there's been a few stoppages, isn't there? Maybe 4 minutes in the second half. Leeds now coming forward down that far side, but the game's up for them. Arsenal have got the job done, got the 3 points, fully deserved as well, has to be said. 1 or 2 sloppy moments, especially the penalty conceded by Ben White, which Rafinha put away. But in the end, Arsenal have been much too strong, been the better team, played some good football at times, created a lot of chances, and scored 4 goals away from home, which is nice. First time for almost a year since the game at West Brom last Christmas, where we won 4-0. That's a long clearance from Ramsdale looking towards Martinelli, but Leeds defence have got it back. And it's Ayling, Luke Ayling, Leeds captain today, of course, former Arsenal player. Not been a great day for him or his teammates today, has it, for Leeds? They've been very well beaten in the end by a very good Arsenal performance, it has to be said, for the most part. The second half been a little bit more scrappy, but I'd say we did get that 4th goal with Smith Rowe, which was great to see. Another goal for him this season. And Leeds now looking to try and play it out from the back. Meslier slices his clearance a little bit. It's going to go out for a throw on his near side. Again, in front of those Arsenal fans, the travelling Arsenal fans. I think Cedric's going to take this throw for Arsenal. Still got time, Martinelli, for his hat-trick, but we are coming down into stoppage time now. See how much stoppage time there'll be, how much time he's got, whether he's going to get the opportunity to get that hat-trick. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for him in his career. He looks a great player, doesn't he, Martinelli? He's had a great game today. There's only going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time, so that's all the time he's got. If he's going to get that first hat-trick today, we might have to wait a bit longer for it, we'll see. Leeds now coming forward down at the far side. Are they going to get a second goal at the end of this game? That cross comes in, but it's deflected by Kieran Tierney. Leeds do keep possession though, with Rafinha, who's going to run at this Arsenal defence. But Smith Rowe wins it back, and now Lacazette And maybe Arsenal will get an opportunity to launch another counter-attack as Xhaka plays the ball into Smith Rowe to Lacazette, back to Xhaka. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him, over on that far side. Kieran Tierney plays it out to... I can't see who it is over on that far side, actually. Anyway, Lacazette now has got the ball. Is it Eddie Nketiah? Has Eddie Nketiah come on? Did we miss that substitution? Or was it Thomas? Oh, I think it might be Thomas Partey, actually. Sorry. Anyway, Arsenal now in possession with Ben White. And it goes back to Aaron Ramsdale. Maybe Arsenal aren't going to try for a fifth goal. They're just going to keep possession, see this game out. And a 4-1 win at Ellen Road used to be a regular occurrence, didn't it? Back in the early 2000s when we won there 4-1 3 times in three visits in a row. 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the FA Cup. Thierry Henry, of course, was scored in all of those games, didn't he? That great Arsenal team, either side of the invincible season. Arsenal are coming forward again, looking for maybe a fifth goal. Granit Xhaka, he was robbed there of possession, but he works hard to try and win it back. And Leeds do keep possession, but deep inside their own half. Luke Ayling, a long clearance forward. Good header that was there. It's Nuno Tavares. Of course, Nuno Tavares came on, didn't he? He was the guy over on that far side before. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. I forgot about Tavares. Yeah, Regenda was just reminding me there. Tavares came on. Indeed, he did. The Leeds fans are still staying and cheering their team on, waving their scarves. And they'll have to be pleased with how their team's responded in the second half, actually. They've given it a go. They haven't let their heads drop. But they have ultimately been well beaten by this very good Arsenal performance. But Leeds are in trouble, actually. They've got some problems. They've got a lot of issues. And they've got a lot to worry about, haven't they, going into the new year, Leeds? They're in a relegation battle. There's no doubt about that. But we've got our own issues to worry about at the other end of the table, looking to try and get back into the top 4. And we are in the top 4 at the moment. Thomas Partey's just been fouled. And Arsenal are going to finish this game now. We have played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. It is going to be a free kick. In fact, the full-time whistle's gone. It has finished here at Ellen Road this afternoon, or this evening rather, sorry. Leeds United 1, Arsenal 4. The damage was done in that first half. An absolutely brilliant performance from Arsenal, has to be said. We were 3-0 up at half-time. Could easily have been 4, 5 or 6. The Leeds goalkeeper, Meslier, played particularly well. He made some good saves, particularly 2 from Lacazette, who maybe could have done better. We did take the lead after 16 minutes. It was Gabriel Martinelli with the goal. The ball was come across the penalty area. Granit Xhaka went down. It looked like it may have been a penalty, but anyway, Lacazette won the ball back. It fell kindly to Martinelli, who put it into the top corner from about 12 yards. Good finish. It was Martinelli got a second goal as well. Granit Xhaka put him through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He held off a defender and then lifted it over the keeper to make it 2-0. That was 34 minutes gone, and then right near the end of the first half, we did get a third goal. It was Bukayo Saka, came in from the right-hand side. Looked like he'd overrun the ball. Again, Lacazette was there to try to win it back. It fell kindly to Saka again. He got it back onto his left foot and drilled a shot in outside the near post. Got a deflection, actually, but it made it 3-0 at half-time. Pretty much game done. The second half was a bit more scrappy. A lot of free kicks, not much pattern to the game. Leeds did get a goal back 15 minutes to go. It was a penalty. Ben White slid in a silly challenge, really, on Gelhardt, the young Leeds striker. It was Rafinha put the penalty into the top corner. A really good penalty that was. And for 5 minutes or so, Leeds threatened an opportunity to maybe get a comeback. But in the end, Arsenal saw it out and they did get a late fourth goal. Substitute Emil Smith-Rowe scored again. He's in great goal scoring form, isn't he? He started the move. The ball came through to Ødegaard. He played it back in to Smith-Rowe. He took a first-time finish from about 15 yards beyond Meslier to make it 4-1. A good night's work for Arsenal. Leeds have got their problems, a lot of injuries. They're not in a good position in the league either, are they? But we don't need to worry too much about that. They did battle better in the second half, Leeds, to be fair. They did well. And, in the end, though, it was a pretty comfortable win. Everyone under the chat there says, thanks for the coverage today. Great that we now have a team we can support and really get behind. Win or lose, these boys give their all. Another good performance. We've put 3 back to back now. That's the first time this season that we put 3 good performances like that. We've won some games earlier in the season. Sometimes the performances were unconvincing, but this is 3 good performances in a row. bounced back from those 2 defeats away from home. We put in a good performance away from home today. And I say it's our biggest away win for almost a year as well in the Premier League. So that's great to see. Rajendra says there, we lost our intensity in the second half. Yeah, not surprisingly when you're 3-0 up, I suppose. If we just played like we did in the first half, we could score another 3. Yeah, we could have done. We could have scored 6 in the first half, really. But football's not like that, is it? You know, you've got to manage the game well. And I thought we did that in the second half. You know, we gave away the penalty, a little bit sloppy that was. It was a shame we didn't get another clean sheet, but it's all about making sure you don't you manage the game well. That's something we maybe didn't do in our previous away games when we led. This time we pushed on, got a 3-goal lead, and then we did manage it well in the second half. Yes, our intensity dropped, of course, but we would have expected that maybe at 3-0. We know we're not Man City. We're going to go and win a game 7-0, are we? We're not at that point yet. But it was a professional performance in the second half and a good performance overall. So well played, everyone. Shane says here, top 4 at Christmas. It's a roller coaster season so far. It has been. Well, I say it's been a roller coaster. It started at the bottom and now we get going up. So it's been, you know, we may be climbing. Let's hope it isn't a roller coaster. And that when we do reach as far high as we go, we can stay there, which at the moment looks like it's going to be 4th. Shane also says, I'm not the biggest fan of Arteta, but I desperately want him to succeed. Come on, you Gooners. Now, exactly. I've got to be honest. I'm still not 100% convinced by Arteta, but you can't argue with the performances in the last week or so. You know, brilliant stuff. We've played some good football. And if this is how things are going to be going in the future under Arteta, we'll all be happy, won't we? Because we want to see a good Arsenal team that we can enjoy watching, play good football, winning games. And that's what we've had this last week. It's been great. And, you know, a great response as well from the Everton game, which was as poor as we've been. And it's strange, isn't it? You know, when things look like they've hit the bottom of the Everton performance, we bounce back with these 3 games back to back. So fantastic stuff. Phil says there, glad for a decent away result for once. Pity we gifted a goal back. Yeah, no, it was a shame. A soft penalty to give away. Stupid challenge from Ben White, wasn't it? But anyway, that's the only real negative for the night, really, wasn't it? I thought, you know, it was a solid performance all round. Redendra says here, ESR scored again, super sub. He's becoming super sub the last couple of games. He should be starting games. I think that's obvious. But Arteta's found it difficult, hasn't he, to leave out, and you can't blame him for that because we've been playing well, and he's having to bring him on, and he's doing the business, isn't he? Redendra says there, Ødegaard to ESR, perfect pass. It was, yeah. Ødegaard had a decent game again, didn't he? Adako says there, sadly, we just stopped attacking after 70 minutes. Really broke my heart with that penalty. Should go home with a clean sheet with this type of game. Yeah, we should. But, you know, let's face it, as someone made a point earlier, if we're going to give away a penalty, give away a silly penalty when we're 3-0 up in the last 15 minutes as opposed to when it's 0-0. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we can maybe forgive them for that a little bit. It was the only negative I felt from the game. Otak there says a friend's son played with Ødegaard at Stromsgood set in Norway. Oh, fantastic. And, you know, Ødegaard had a good game today, didn't he? So that's good to see. Great player. He's another one, isn't he? So we've got a lot of young players that have got a lot of potential. You know, Ødegaard's one of them. Martinelli, we're seeing how fantastic he is, and a few others as well. I mean, what I will do before we finish, I'll run through maybe the players for you. Ramsdale today didn't have a lot to do, did he? Pretty solid. He didn't have any chance with that penalty, did he? Right in the top corner. Probably just give him a 6 just because he didn't really have much to do, did he? Pretty quiet game. And Tomiyasu played well. He got injured in the second half. Maybe a 7 for Tomiyasu. Looking solid, isn't he? Ben White, I'd have probably give him a little bit higher score if it wasn't for the silly penalty. So maybe take a point off him for that. So maybe 6 for him. Gabriel, solid again. I thought a 7 for him. Leeds didn't threaten enough, but he had a solid game. Kieran Tierney had a decent game as well. Got forward well, defended well. Probably a 7 for Kieran Tierney as well. Thomas Partey midfield. He had an okay game, didn't he? Gave the ball away a couple of times. He's getting his form back though, isn't he? I would say maybe a 7 for Thomas Partey. I thought Xhaka had a great game. A little 5-minute spell where he could have got himself sent off, but other than that, he played well. Maybe a 7 for him as well. The forward players played well today, didn't they? I didn't think it was Saka's greatest game. He got a goal though, so we'll give him a 7. For Ødegaard was brilliant. I'll give him an 8 today. Great performance from him. Lacazette worked hard up front. Maybe should have scored though. Maybe a 7 for him. But man of the match for me, got to be Gabriel Martinelli. I'll give him a 9 today. 2 fantastic goals. He was a threat all night. Brilliant performance from him. So he gets man of the match. I thought the subs who came on, Cedric Suarez did all right. Maybe 6 for him. Didn't do anything wrong. didn't really get in the game that much, did he? Smith Rowe, of course, came on, got his goal. Maybe give him a 7 for the finish. Fantastic from him. And Nuno Tavares wasn't really on very long, was he? Maybe give him a 6 just because he didn't do anything wrong, did he? Mr. Democracy's in the chat. He says, Leeds reserves 1, Arsenal 4. Okay. And he says, Leeds reserves 1, Arsenal 4 sounds about right. I mean, your first 11, if you're a Leeds fan, I'm assuming you probably are. The first 11 was, reasonably experienced Premier League 11, was it? Yes, your substitutes. I'll give you that. Very young team, very young substitutes. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was Leeds reserves, was it? You've got a few players missing for sure. And I thought, to be fair, I thought Leeds give it a good go second half. To be fair, so it would have been easy for your heads to go down, having lost 7-0 the other night. So that's credit to Leeds for that. Yes, they got a few young players in the squad. Let's be clear about that. But I think maybe saying the reserves is a little bit harsh. It was a lot of first team experience in there as well, missing 1 or 2 key players. I will give you that. Daco said there, Cedric did not show anything he can get back into the first 11. Well, his problem isn't necessarily how well he plays. His problem is who's in front of him. Tomiyasu. You're not going to leave Tomiyasu out, are you? You're just not going to do that. So I think that's more the problem. He didn't do anything wrong tonight, did he? Really, he did all right. Rajendra says Gabriel 8. He kept Leeds having a chance for squad. He did. I mean, I just didn't feel that Leeds offered much of a threat. Really, I thought it was a fairly comfortable night for the defence. So maybe that was perhaps why I gave him a 7. He was solid. He was good. But he wasn't put under enough pressure for me to maybe mark him any higher. But, an 8 would be fine as well. I mean, they could all probably get an 8, really, couldn't they? Most of them played pretty well. Emperor 29 says, good win, great commentary as usual. Thank you very much for your support again. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody for watching, actually. There's been a lot of views tonight again. These watch-alongs seem to be pretty popular out there. A lot of people watching, which is nice. So thank you for everybody for tuning in. And I'm glad that you're here. If you are new to the channel and you haven't maybe caught me before, we do watch-alongs here with full commentary for the Arsenal men and the Arsenal women. We also have live shows with guests, a panel of guests come in. And on Tuesday, we've got the Tuesday clinic. We'll be looking back on this victory tonight, looking ahead to Christmas games, if there are going to be any. Hopefully, we'll know by Tuesday. Unfortunately, tomorrow, we're going to have a watch-along of the Arsenal women against Brighton, but that game has now been called off due to the COVID situation in London. They've declared an emergency situation in London, so no games are going to be happening there tomorrow, unfortunately. So that's a shame. We was looking forward to that. But anyway, we'll be back with the Arsenal women, of course, in the new year because they've got a break now anyway. So the next show I'll probably be doing live will probably be Tuesday, assuming that there's going to be games going on over the weekend. January says there, 3 more goals to get 7. 7-0, so that's our aim. Well, I don't know. I'm not too bothered about 7-0 as long as we win the game. Shane says the Leeds fans were great, down 4-1 and get behind their team. And I'll go, no, they did. The Leeds fans are generally great. They've got a good support, Leeds. They're a big club, aren't they? They deserve to be in the Premier League, and let's hope that they can survive. It's a difficult moment for them at the minute, obviously. Adeko says here, regarding the penalty given, I don't think White should slide tackle. No, he should have just stayed on his feet. It was quite wide. He just needed to shuffle him out, didn't he? Ramsdale had already covered the post. He should stand and just reduce the space. Exactly. I think he could have just shepherded him out, and I don't think he would have gone anywhere. I think we'd have won a goal kick. It was a rash decision from White, but it's something you can learn from. And as we said before, if you're going to do something like that in a game, do it when you're 3-0 up in the closing stages, when it's not going to cost you too much. So it's a lesson maybe for Ben White to learn. Maybe back at Ellen Road, he wanted to, make a great tackle or something and, prove that he's still a great player. But he didn't need to do that, did he? Silly mistake from him, but hopefully he'll learn from that. And he won't do that again. Certainly not in games when it could be more crucial. He got away with it today. It was a good penalty from Rafinha, actually. Overall, yeah, I mean, Leeds, as we said, they have got their own issues to worry about. A lot of players are currently out, as we said. But having said that, they gave it a good go in the second half, didn't they? So they certainly can go off with their heads held high tonight, I think. And they, bounce back a little bit better from that, as the Regina says, the City won 7-0, so that should be our aim. Yes, City were at home as well, bearing in mind, and they've got obviously a lot more experience, better team than us. There's no doubt about that. Regina says to catch up with them. Yeah, but I think at this moment in time for this season, I don't think Man City are where we should be looking at catching up to. Our aim's got to be now to get into the top 4 at the end of the season. We're in a great position now. We've put ourselves into this position. and it's just a matter now of pushing on from here and keeping the consistent performances up, keeping consistent results, and finishing in the top 4 for this season. Then hopefully, then it will allow us to be able to bring in some more better players into the squad, because some of the squad players we know are not going to stay at their clubs. Cedric Schwab, you mentioned, Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, people like that are going to be leaving. Kolasinac, hopefully, Eddie Nketiah, maybe even Lacazette. So there could be another big turnaround of players coming in and out next summer. So if we're in the Champions League, we're going to be in a much better position to spend, bring a couple more experienced bodies in, a couple more young players, as I'm sure we will. And then maybe next season we can look at maybe challenging a little bit higher up the table. At the moment, we just need to get back in. Well, the top 6 initially to get back into Europe is the first aim. We're above that at a minute. So now suddenly you're thinking, you know what, that top 4 is there. There's a place in the top 4. No one's consistent enough. If we can keep that going, then we've got a great chance. Daco says there, ESR becoming our super sub, the next Giroud. Well, I think ESR should be starting games. He should be playing every week, shouldn't he? He should be in that starting 11. And he hasn't been. He was injured. We won games, so Arteta kept the same team, and he's bringing him off the bench, and he's coming on and scoring. I do think he'll be starting games very, very soon again. He'll be back in that starting 11. Where does he play, though? You can't leave Martinelli out. He was playing on that left-hand side. Martin Odegaard's playing in the number 10 position. Martin Odegaard's playing well. You can't really leave him out. So it's difficult, isn't it, now? But this is the beauty, isn't it? When you're playing well, players have got to fight for a place back in the team. It's difficult. You can't just walk straight back in a team that's winning games. And that's a problem Arteta's got. And I'm sure he will manage that. Hopefully he'll manage it a bit better than he's managed some other players, which we won't talk about at the moment. Rajendra says there, why limit ourselves? Got to get better all the time. No, I mean, I think we are, but I think that Man City and Liverpool and even Chelsea are a lot further on down the line, and it's difficult for us to look at them as realistic targets for the moment. I think what we need to do is focus on getting back in Europe, trying to get back in the top 4, and then going again, strengthening the squad and trying to push on. We're probably 2 or 3 years behind Man City and Liverpool at least, aren't we? So we need to bear that in mind. I'm not saying we shouldn't aim to eventually get to that level. That's where we want to be. It's just not realistic, I don't think, at this moment in time with this young squad and how we're evolving. So let's give them a bit more time, shall we? Let's, the rest of this season is all about. We've got the Carabao Cup quarter-final coming up, assuming it goes ahead next week, but we've got that game to come. We've got the FA Cup starting as well, a nice draw, well, not a nice, difficult draw, but a nice game to look forward to. And we've got a challenge for the top 4. Lots to play for this season, but let's keep our ambitions realistic. The ambition has got to be top 6 or hopefully top 4, and that's where we are. And if at the end of the season we're in Europe, we'd then be in a stronger position to rebuild the squad, because I say a lot of players I'm sure are going to be leaving at the end of the season. Daco says there's some fans that Arteta picked the right moment for Martinelli to play. I think it's just a coincidence because Uber had the problem. If Uber okay, I don't think Martinelli gets his chance to play. No, you're probably right. But sometimes that's what it's about, isn't it? It's like last Christmas, ESR got a chance to play due to injuries. He might not have played. He transformed the team, transformed our run. And now it's maybe happening again with Martinelli. And yes, you could say Arteta's maybe been lucky on both of those occasions, because he probably wouldn't have picked Martinelli in the team at that point. He was bringing him off the bench occasionally, and he wasn't getting a lot of game time. But it's worked out well. But Martinelli ultimately has got to come in and do the job. He's got to take his chance, and he has done, hasn't he? Brilliantly, he's been fantastic 3 or 4 games now that he's played, and he's made it impossible to be left out of the team, hasn't he? Quite honestly. And that's what you've got to do when you're a young player and you're getting your opportunity in the team. You've got to take it, and he's took it really well. Odegaard's got back into the team recently. He's again making it impossible to leave him out of the team. And ESR's knocking on the door now. He's fit. He's saying, look, here I am, bring me on, I'll score a goal. And he has done again. So it's a good problem to have. And, whether or not Arteta would have made these decisions if they wasn't forced on him a little bit, we'll never know. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, does it? Martin is in the team now. He's playing really well, and it's benefiting the team. It's benefiting him, and it's helping Arteta, help the team to progress. So I think we need to look at it in a positive way. But I agree. I don't think Martinelli would have been in the team if that hadn't happened with Aubameyang. So maybe that's a blessing, isn't it? Because he's given us more in these last 4 or 5 games, Martinelli, than Aubameyang has done for a year, added together, hasn't he? So it's proved to be a great decision. Whether it was by design or by luck, it doesn't matter now. It's happened. He's in the team. He's playing well, and that's all we need to worry about. Rajendra says there, this team will be our experience. We need more experienced players, I think, just to complement them a little bit, to really push us on. Udako says that Liverpool will never stop playing and attacking their squad as they can. No, they will. But Liverpool are further down the line, aren't they, in terms of where they are? They've got more experienced players, that their manager's been there 5-6 years. So, we can't compare ourselves to them yet. But yeah, that's the aim in the future. Of course, it is. We want to be challenging Liverpool and Man City. We want to be better than them. We want to be winning the league title again eventually. But at the moment, I just think it's too early. We're a young team. We're still transitioning, and we're still a work in progress. We're improving. As you've seen the last 3 performances, fantastic. We're starting to score more goals now, and I think it will come. But ultimately today, when you're 3-0 up at half time, you just win the game. Don't do anything silly in the second half. And apart from the penalty, we didn't. And we got a win, a good win, and we can now look forward to the new year in positive way, can't we? Agenda says that if Leicester threw like that, they would never have won. If Leicester fought like that, they never won the league. Yeah, but Leicester again, they had a lot of more experienced players in their squad. Yes, that was a shock, wasn't it? It was a shock, but bearing in mind that season Leicester won the league, Man City were off the pace, Liverpool wasn't quite where they are now, and there was an opportunity for somebody to maybe go on and win the leagues. We came second that season, but this season, Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea are playing well. That they're proving that they're far ahead of everybody else, and I think that there isn't that same opportunity for us. Not this season. I'm not saying there won't be. I'm not saying we should not want to catch up to Man City and Liverpool. Of course we should. That should be the aim. I just feel that at the moment it's too early. The squad's still too young. We need 1 or 2 more experienced players in. We need to, the squad needs to be improved a little bit. We've got a lot of players on the bench who never play and never going to play. We need to move them on, and then get some new players in, and we can go again. And this season for me is just showing progress from last season. We are starting to show that now, and if we keep doing that, we're going to end up in a good place, and hopefully we can go on and be successful under this manager with this group of players. Let's hope we can, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen straight away. And it's going to take a little bit more time, I believe, just with the way that the Premier League is at the moment, how far ahead Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea are. Not in terms of positions in the league, because they're the next 3 teams above us, but in terms of where they are in their journey, if you like. We're still a bit off that, aren't we? So we've got a lot of work to do. Shane says the viewers on this channel are great. Great comments in the stream again today. Thanks, Rich. See you all next stream. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully we'll be back Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic, and then hopefully Wednesday for the Sunderland game in the Carabao Cup, but I'm not sure if that's going to go ahead yet. So we'll have to wait and see. And of course, big games over Christmas, if they go ahead, of course we'll be covering them on the channel. And thanks for your support again, Shane. Fantastic as always. Hidako says there, we should score as many as we can, because I feel the top 4 will be decided on goal difference between a few teams, because the point is so. No, you're right. The points are tight, and goal difference may make a difference. Ultimately, not too many teams are going to come to Leeds and win 4-1. Are they? I don't think many teams will. No one has this season up till now, I don't think so. We have to look on that as a positive. So, and I think as the season goes on, I think we will win games more comfortably. I think you've got maybe a 2 or 3 goal victory away from home is a great result against anybody, whether you're playing a bottom team or anybody. I think winning 4-1 away from home is a great result. And I don't think we should be too harsh to say we didn't score enough goals. Yeah, we could have scored 3 or 4 more in that game. We missed some chances, but ultimately we've won the game. And I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with the performance, and a 4-1 victory away from home is fantastic. We've got a few hearts there. Thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. Magenda says, come on the Arsenal. Indeed, yeah, come on the Arsenal. Deco says there, I'm shouting in front of the TV when Party give away the ball in the middle. When we have so many players in the area while Leeds have just won. Yeah, no, I know the bit you mean when he did do that. He has a tendency to still do that. But again, when you won a game 4-1, I'd rather today not focus too much on the negative thing. And if we look hard enough, we'll find enough negatives if we wanted to. But today, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on the fact that we've put in a good away performance. That first half performance was as good as anything we've produced away from home for a long time, actually. Probably since that Leicester game earlier in the season, certainly, and even maybe beyond that. So that was a great performance, that first half. I want to focus on that and the fact that we have won the game 4-1 away from home, and our biggest away win of the season, the biggest away win for a year in the Premier League. Anyway, Adaka says, are they postponing the rest of the game on Saturday? Yeah, this was the only game played today. There are 3 on tomorrow. Actually, let me just check to see if they are still going ahead tomorrow, because I know there's been an emergency in London. let's see if we've got any news on the games tomorrow. The Arsenal women are off tomorrow, by the way. That game is off, unfortunately, against Brighton. We were going to be covering that, but now we're not because it's not on, so that's a shame. Let's have a look at tomorrow's games. So far, they're still on, but Tottenham Liverpool may well be off if there's an emergency declared in London, which was why the women's game was off. Maybe that might be off. Newcastle and Wolves are both at home. They may be okay to go ahead, perhaps. At the moment, they are. As Rajendra says there, what's our next game away to Norwich? Well, in the Premier League, it is. That's on Boxing Day. But of course, there is the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Sunderland, which is due to be played on Wednesday, I think it is. But again, we're at home. If London's not allowing these events to go ahead, then that won't be on, will it? So we'll have to wait and see. But the next scheduled game is meant to be Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup against Sunderland. And then the next Premier League game's away at Norwich on Boxing Day. Again, we'll have to see what's happening. I'm starting to doubt that any of these games are going to be played now. I think we may have a couple of weeks of no football, unfortunately. Anyway, let's see what happens. Let's be positive. Let's hope that we can still see some football because, at Christmas time, it's one of the things that, sometimes, it can be quite a stressful time for a lot of people, Christmas. And I think it's important that we get the football on to help with that as well. And we all enjoy it, don't we? The Boxing Day game and all that kind of stuff. So let's hope that there isn't a complete blanket sort of postponement of all the games, really, because we do like to see some football. If some games have to be postponed, they do. But as long as they don't do them at the last minute like they did today with Aston Villa against Burnley, they've got to allow fans. They've got to give, don't allow fans to travel to games. You've got to cancel them before. That's just silly, isn't it? That's what they need to do. Adako says, yeah, so I can have popcorn sitting on the sofa watching the other teams chasing on us. What a wonderful moment. It's been a long time to feel like. No, exactly, you're right. It is nice, the fact that we are now ahead of these other teams. We are in the driving seat, if you like, and other teams have got to catch us. But ultimately, we still got to keep moving. And Rajendra says, enjoy your popcorn. I like it. Sorted. But I'm not a big fan of popcorn myself, actually, but, definitely enjoy it if that's what you're going to have. And I say we might have a lot of popcorn to get through in the next few weeks if there's no football. But anyway, but I mean, a great performance from Arsenal today. I was delighted how we played. That first half in particular was fantastic. And we saw it through in the second half and won 4-1, which is great. Obviously, thanks all you guys for tuning in. Some big numbers again watching. Fantastic support. Thank you very much to everybody that's got behind the channel. If you do enjoy what I do here, if you're new, you maybe not seen it before, you liked it, please consider subscribing. Please give the show a like as well. It is free of charge to do that. It doesn't cost anything. It does help the channel to grow, helps it to reach a larger audience. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's why people are now finding the channel. If you are enjoying it, please help support it with clicking on that subscribe button. I want to try and get to 1,000 subscribers if we can in the new year. We're on the way to 800 actually at the moment. So let's try and get to 800 if we can. By Christmas would be nice, wouldn't it? And then, of course, going into New Year, we'll aim for that 1,000. So that would be really good. Lots coming up, or lots planned to come up on the channel. Whether or not we'll be able to do what we want to do, depending on if the games are played. So the next live show scheduled to be Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic, where we're going to be looking back on this game. We're going to be looking at hopefully Sunderland and Norwich and Wolves as well. Actually, a big week. Hopefully, all them games will go ahead. So that'll be live at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. Hopefully, if there's no games going ahead, we may still do this show. Actually, talk about other stuff as well. Obviously, if the game's on Wednesday against Sunderland, I'll be doing a watch along of that as well on the channel. So stay tuned for that. And of course, the game's over Christmas. The Boxing Day game on the 26th on Sunday, and then the 28th as well on Tuesday. The Wolves game. If they both go ahead, I'll be covering them as well. And of course, Man City on New Year's Day, if that goes ahead before moving into 2022. So I really just want to thank everybody for all your support of the channel in this year. Some great stuff coming up. So we do cover the Arsenal men and the Arsenal women as well. Commentary on the watch-alongs as you've seen today, and also as well, other live shows and stuff like that, and loads of other stuff. So all Arsenal and Arsenal women content on here. Rajendra says, great show again, great comments. No, thanks for your support, mate. You're another regular in the channel. Really do appreciate you coming in every time. Dako says, actually, I like our women's team match get postponed. At least they can. Yeah, we made that comment before that they maybe did need a rest. It would have been nice just to have got that game played, get the win. It would have put 7 points clear because the Chelsea game was off, and that would have been a great position to be in. And now we don't get an opportunity. But I agree, we've looked tired, and maybe we did need that rest. We've now got a rest for what, 3 weeks, haven't we, until the 9th of January, our next game. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we did need a rest, but you know, I was looking forward to the game actually. So I'm a bit disappointed it's called off, but it is probably for the best. And we'll go again. Obviously, look ahead to the next game in January for the women, and hopefully Arsenal playing on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup. But we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, thanks to everybody again for your support. Absolutely amazing. Really do appreciate it. All the time, you know, everyone that watches, I really appreciate everyone who subscribes and likes the videos. It is very much appreciated, and it has finished there, as you can see on the screen. I'll take the score off now. It was Leeds 1, Arsenal 4. 2 goals from Gabriel Martinelli in the first half, and then right at the end of the first half, Bukayo Saka made it 3-0. Leeds did pull a goal out of a penalty from Rafinha with about 15 minutes to go. Ben White with a silly foul on young Geldhard, but then Emil Smith-Rowe came off the bench, added a 4th goal in the last 10 minutes to make it Leeds 1, Arsenal 4. Great win for Arsenal. And if Dako says if they win, another popcorn coming up, yeah, I'm sure that'll be good. Enjoy that. I say I will be doing some more stuff before Christmas. So I say please stay tuned to the channel and please like, share, and subscribe. We will put a show on this week, regardless of whether or not the game gets called off or not. We will still do a show, get the guys in and do that. So we can go for all your Christmas things again. Rodada says, I'll see you on Wednesday. Well, maybe Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic will be on regardless. And then if the game's on Wednesday, we'll cover that as well. So please tune in for that. If any of you are watching that, maybe I'm not going to see you again before Christmas. Have a good one, everybody. And I say thanks for your support of the channel this year. We'll be looking to keep going next year, bigger and better, hopefully. A lot more stuff to come. And yeah, thanks to all you guys for your support. So a lot of people watching this show. Please like before you go. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll speak to you all again live on Tuesday. Actually, no, I'll tell you what I'll do. On Monday, we've got the Champions League draw for Arsenal women. I'll probably do a show about that actually on Monday. So that'll be the next show. That'll be on Monday for the draw. So stay tuned for that one. And Redemption says, yeah, same have a good Christmas. Yeah, I'm sure we'll speak before Christmas, but just in case we don't. But yeah, I'll do a show Monday, actually, when after the draw, maybe Monday evening, we'll look at that, a quick show to talk about the Champions League draw. In fact, the draw's on Monday, we'll do it live. And then we'll have the Tuesday clinic, hopefully the Wednesday watch along, and then it'll be Christmas. So lots coming up. So say thanks for watching, thanks for your support. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all again, hopefully on Monday. And hopefully we'll get some more football played before Christmas. Let's hope so. Disappointing that the other games are off and the women off tomorrow. But we got to win today, and that's the main thing. And as Adako says there, wash your hands. Yeah, wash your hands, and we'll be fine. That's all we need to do. Keep clean, keep safe, and we'll be fine. And so let's hope the games are on this week. We'll see, but we'll see what happens. But yeah. Stay tuned to the channel, loads coming up, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Big win for Arsenal today away from home, 4-1 at Leeds. Brilliant performance, brilliant stuff. Thanks for watching. Come on, you Gunners. See you all soon, guys. Take it easy. Speak to you later. Jesus said, "Paddy, you're singing so well."